we were running amok in here for a quick, close section of the chapter synopsis. You guys came back to Flint's hometown. Everything was a little bit Twilight Zone. You made your way in through the northern the upper entrance of the peak. Came down through some vents, basically. Discovered that your city has been overrun by various shapeshifters, Duergar, some seeming actual dwarves, and Illithid. So you have made your way to the prison where most of the still surviving members of Dun Moreau have been kept. It looks like they're being used mostly for manual labor over in the mines on the other side of town, the other side of the internal part of town. And you staged a rescue in the prison itself, took out the guards, then fought in the outer walkway as a group was coming back from the mines. Dispatched them pretty handily with some interesting acrobatics, arrows flying out of nowhere, firebolts flying out of nowhere. Our resident construct behaving way out of character.
Not holding person.
I know, like, just trying the same cantrip 6 times. And that brings us to now. You guys pulled some of the gear off of the folks that you had been fighting in the hallway. It seems like none of them managed to break away far enough to go warn any other sentry groups or just kind of milling about invaders. And now the question comes to how you want to take your next steps. I know there was a little bit of discussion, but we hadn't really moved on from the hallway yet, so we'll pick it up there. I know, it's a safe corner. You can just hang out here as long as the next shift doesn't come through.
That's a great place. Great place to be. I love this hallway.
So yeah, what's the move?
I believe we discussed going back up into above, and heading over to the smiths to see if we could gather anything useful over there and try to get the last of the people out of the mines.
Yeah, I think there was we were attempting to arm as many people as we can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the now freed prisoners, I believe, they're going to stay here and wait. Mm-hmm. Since they have at least one, about a dozen or so of them that are now, better armed and armored, so they can kind of play defense if they need to at the opening entrance, with everyone else being able to stay safe inside somewhere. And just the party then is headed back out. Cool. So how are you guys making it back up?
I imagined we were gonna
walk.
I say that we all Will ties a rope around his waist, and then we all anchor and he pulls us up.
Yeah, I think he pulls all of us up at the same time, including Blaskin.
At the exact same time.
Yep.
Hang on, do I still have that potion of Hill Giant Strength? I'm pretty sure I drank that.
Well, if you were being polite, you would have deleted it from your inventory once you consumed it.
Yeah, if he was being polite.
What if I forgot to be polite?
Brandon, what's...
I don't see it.
No, what's this thing at the very top of my equipment list? Did you put that there? Is that you're doing?
Okay. Nope.
Huh.
Yeah, you don't have that.
I don't think this exists.
Sorry, guys. He just pulled an antimatter rifle out of some unknown pocket. We're just looking at it in his character sheet. So yeah.
Deleted.
Where would I even I start scrolling down. I'm looking for potions.
There goes Will, deleting enemies from a distance.
Yeah, I know, right? Shit, I don't need an antimatter rifle for that. I got this bow.
Oh yeah, that'll
It's
definitely do. Yeah.
It's an item in the DMG.
Oh,
Apparently.
Right. Oh, did I not give the? Are you kidding? It's. Yeah, I don't. Okay. Well, I noticed that my I open up like maps, for example, and it's giving me like all these different like things. So I don't know if maybe you loaded some new things in, or if there's something with this update. But some of the things look different.
I don't know. I updated about an hour ago.
Yeah. Apparently, you updated me an antimatter rifle.
Sweet.
Anybody
wow.
else have any weird sci-fi tech in their inventory randomly besides Blaskin?
I don't know. Can we?
Alright. So can we just add stuff in our inventory?
I didn't think you were able to.
Wait.
I actually I downloaded a save editor, so I can just put stuff in my inventory.
I'm gonna add plot armor.
Oh, I need to remind my pay piggies, i.e. you, Nick, that it's a new month and you need to sub.
Oh, so if we're gonna add stuff to our inventory, can I get a
No.
motorcycle?
No.
But I really
Hold
want
on.
a motorcycle.
We're all just gonna time skip 6 months. You guys got part-time jobs while here in the city.
We're working for the mind flayers.
Did I
Either.
resub?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
And I thought of what I can do too if we ever get it. Instead of buying a pizza for me to enjoy and y'all watch me eat on stream, that I'm planning on picking up a 3D printer. I'm going to try to get a resin one this fall, and then when we get enough money, I can use it to buy a resin and then send like some cool minis to everybody.
Aww,
That would be awesome.
that's cool. All right, so no hill giant strength for Nick. Also, no antimatter rifle. This was gonna drastically change the entire plan. Hold on, guys. Let me just walk straight in.
We were really banking on that antimatter rifle just appearing out of nowhere.
Oh my god.
Mine says I have some vortex grenades and some other cool stuff.
Warp grenades?
okay.
You got some 40k
I,
shit in here?
Yeah, I've got some Tyranids in the NPC list, so
Oh,
I
balance
don't,
out.
I don't want us releasing
My
any
players.
warp tech out here willy nilly. All right, that's fucked up as is.
So are we sending Will up as the rope anchor in reverse?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably get me up there and we can pull.
Will is over there like, everybody's like, yes, we're sending him up there. And Will's like, I did not agree to this. You guys made that decision all on your own.
Alrighty. That's
I mean,
good.
yeah, I can go up and I can find a way to like tie a rope off or something or whatever.
Just take me up there with you. Be easy.
How much do you weigh, Flint?
Less than 200 pounds.
Naked.
Naked. Listen, all right, we can give my hammer to Blaskin. We can't.
Will,
possibly-
can you free carry about 180 pounds of dwarven kit?
Let me do some quick math.
vertically?
Let's see. Maximum 180. Current, I'm at 145. So I can carry 35 pounds additional.
Don't worry, I can carry.
Oh, I'm sorry. It says lift, push, and drag. So lift is 360. So I could go up and I can lift up to 360 pounds.
I need to delete all these guards out of the combat tracker now. Wait, you can lift 360 pounds?
It says lift, push, and drag.
Holy moly.
Yeah, that doesn't mean lift, pick up, and
Like-
walk around with it like no problem.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
Yeah,
saying-
it does.
No, No, I'm saying that I can go up and then I can like.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh
gross.
shit, we've all
I
got
can-
corona now. Thanks.
I can go up
You're
to
welcome.
the,
And the whole stream has corona now. You're welcome.
Fuck!
It's okay. She put a mask on her microphone.
Psych. Oh, by the way, Brandon, you really don't know. I was actually confirmed positive today.
Oh,
That's why I said that.
crap.
Yeah, so now y'all really do have corona.
I don't think viruses work that way.
it's
This
a
is
computer virus
2020,
now.
dude. Don't tell us how things work.
Yeah, exactly. It transmitted from bats to humans, now to computers.
Yikes. Okay. We're going with the Will rope thing, yeah. Is Will on board with this?
Wasn't there a ladder that everyone else climbed down? How did we get down the first time? I thought there was like an access ladder.
Yes, there was kind of. So the vertical drop from the upper vents did have a bit of a carved ladder like into the rock, like a couple inches in. So you guys were able to mostly manage using that. There was still like at least an athletics check or something, and the combination of everybody's skill check worked out there. There she
more
is.
than happy to pull on a rope to be like the I guess the balancer or whatever. Whatever that type, like whenever you go rock climbing and like sometimes there's somebody
Belay?
who's like, yeah, is that what it's called? The belay?
If you're
Counterweight?
belaying someone,
Counterweight, yeah, counterweight, yeah, sure, exactly. So
Bait?
I'll be a counterweight and I'll like help people, but I'm not just pulling their asses up. They gotta climb.
Okay, I tell you what. Give me a just general athletics check. We're mostly trying to help people get back up into the upper vent that was up on top of. I think you guys came out onto like the awning or like the roof of one of the lower apartments there in the corner. And then once you get up the kind of incline that goes about 5 or 10 feet back into the rock face, you'll be able to help each other back up the ladder system. Oof. Will, you spend about 10 minutes trying to... It's not the walking up the walls that's the problem. The rope keeps getting snagged on things. You trip yourself sideways on the wall while like trying to move the rope around some architecture, which is weird because your feet still catch sideways. Yeah, it's like kind of a Cirque du Soleil spectacle going on up there. Some performance art. But after about 10 minutes of struggle, you do manage to have a line that runs in a useful way for folks to be able to get up into the vent system proper. So you guys have vertical access back up into the upper vents.
Yeah, Will's job is done.
Let's see.
Am I back in the vent halls now?
Yeah, unless anybody wanted to, go on a side quest while they were climbing the ladder, everyone's able to make it back up to where you had last been running, where you had last been kind of losing your pursuers down the hallway. And Will, I was looking into this after this came up. Your pass without trace, that's about not leaving a trace. Being tracked. Like if you go through an area and somebody came through later, it would like be able to see you had come through. So it doesn't necessarily completely obscure you from anybody's ability to detect someone in their presence. Oh my god, the dogs are killing each other.
Well, so pass, because like what I was telling you is basically we receive there's like no tracks or trace of passage. So what I was just saying was like when we walked down that path, we didn't leave anything behind.
Yes, but I think what was initially being thrown out there was that, okay, if I have this up, they can't possibly even like detect us. And
no, it was for tracking, because they caught on to like a scent or something, which they shouldn't have, because pass without trace, that'd be covered by pass without a trace. So, like, had they just been, for example, like if they had just been walking down this hall because they were doing a patrol, then they could have just as easily just like walked up to us and seen us. But if they were specifically tracking us or trying to use, I think, magical means are the only way that they could track us if they were specifically tracking us.
Yep.
So
Can't be tracked except by magical means.
Correct. So that was because when they were following us down this hall, it was because they caught like a scent, or they got some sort of like tracking information for us at the time. And then that was when I said, hey, hang on a sec, pass without trace would prevent that from being left.
Okay. Anybody have a quick reference from Chris Perkins?
For what now?
I'll tell you what.
Does pass without a trace completely block, like...
Tell you what, let me tweet him.
The ability for something to detect you via, like, non-visible means?
I'm gonna call Gary Gygax from Beyond the Grid.
No, I feel like we've so readily had like answers from Perkins. Like anytime a question comes up, someone's like, "Oh, well, here's what he said."
Yeah.
Well, let me look real quick.
Masking you, so because the literal definition or the literal thing is a veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a +10 bonus to dexterity, stealth checks, and can't be tracked except by magical means.
So if someone was trying to follow you, they would have nothing to follow.
Exactly.
Like,
But
hey, they came this way.
It's not invisibility though. So if you're you're standing in the middle of a field dancing. It's not like they can like, wow, where did they go? They don't see the tracks leading out to the middle of the field.
Correct.
But they can see you dancing.
Exactly.
Right. Right. So that's
However,
what
if you
I'm trying
passed
to.
improved invisibility and turned the whole group invisible, then yes, we could do that.
Okay, but that wasn't even the visibility wasn't even a problem. It was the scent you guys carry.
Exactly. So the scent wouldn't, because the scent counts as
I would say they would not be able, unless it was magical smell.
Anybody wearing magical deodorant?
No, it's like they got they put on like a what's that thing that they make from Despicable Me, where they put the giant nose on the gun, and it's like a smell dar.
Okay.
I think that would count. That would count as magical.
Gotcha. So you've made it back up with a little bit of scrambling and a couple hold on, grab my hand, this ladder sucks interactions. You guys are back up in the vents. You're at the end of the arm that you had traveled down and kind of lost the your pursuers that had like the creepy intellect devourer dog and some eyeless Underdark dwellers following after you, who I believe were distracted by a pocket sausage down a hallway, among other things. Where, and again, I will share this map. The A marks being the different destinations that you were told by the prisoners are some of the outlets from the vent works and some of their hidden doors. That pile of amazing tasty gold, that's Flint's apartment.
Nobody touched my wallet.
Yeah, nobody can see that except Flint, by the way.
Oh, someone cast pass without trace on Flint's wallet?
Yes, Flint's wallet is actually a creature, and I designate it as one of the hidden creatures.
Hold up, Flint has a mimic wallet?
I thought
That
we
sounds
went over this.
amazing.
Alrighty,
Eggs till then.
where are we going?
Are we up? Did we do it?
Yes, you're up in the vents. You're basically above where the prison was located again. which is where you guys made it to last time with Trian's help through the upper vent works. So most of the hallways, you see kind of the dim glow down the way as there are open access intake vents that look straight down onto the street level. Every short interval of space, there's just like a couple down the hall before it reaches back to like the central nexus. I can look on the specific map I drew, but I don't think the numbers really matter. Who's doing what?
I guess I'm gonna lead the gang down the hall, unless somebody has better eyesight than me.
I mean, as long as you have dark vision, you have
That's
just as good as anyone else. Well, and I say anyone else, I mean, nobody else has anything better than dark vision.
Don't we have an owl?
Oh shit. Apples. Lead the
Or
way.
if we rest, I can memorize dark vision and cast it on us.
I mean, who's gonna get hit by that Blaskin and the other two?
I'm sorry, I heard get hit by, and I feel like I should remind everybody. I'm not looking so hot.
Sucks to be you then, nerd.
Yeah, after the
Say, aren't you a tree? You don't want to be looking hot.
after the last combat, we left Blaskin in pretty rough shape, Flint in semi-rough shape. Lucky actually took a fair amount of damage. Trian is nursing wounds back in the prison. Tony, Apples, and Will are looking fine.
I'm untouched.
I mean, I could still just cast a Spirit of Healing.
Why do I still have? Oh, that's right. I have the most HP because I'm a ranger.
I haven't used any of my second level slots.
Humble
Well, you
brag.
used a first and a fourth, so I'm good spell wise.
Yeah, I didn't.
Not having dark vision memorized.
I didn't use any of my second level spell slots because Brandon forgot I have Hold Person.
Man, I had a mean on for that cantrip to work when I was casting it.
No, it really didn't want to go that time. I've had it hit plenty of times before that, and I hit it once in that fight, but after
Right.
the first time I used it, it was like, nope, never again.
Yeah, no, once you left, it was like, no, I'm not going to work now.
No, it was even when I was there. I hit
Oh,
the
right.
one, and that was it. It was over. But I can totally just chuck a healing spirit on everybody here.
Do the hokey
Cool, how does that work?
He basically has 10 rounds that if you move into or start your turn, you get to roll a d6 to heal. So if we form a conga line or do the hokey pokey and everybody step in and out of it on their turn each round, he's basically got 10 rounds of healing, so 10d6 to everybody.
Okay, Blaskin, I want to know how you describe this process to the group.
I kind of imagine that the Spirit of Healing almost looks like a dryad. I don't know why, it just does. And it
Okay.
forms a dome in the area of effect. And then everybody feels the need to, the compulsion, one might say, to jump in and out.
At least put our left foot in and out.
And then to change things up, you might want to put your right foot in.
Yeah. Realistically, I would say it would probably just everybody would just stand in the dome, and it would kind of Wolverine heal everybody up, like wounds.
Oh yeah,
closed,
because
bleeding.
I'm looking at the description. You don't have to move in and out. It's if you start your turn.
Yeah,
there.
you can just start there. You don't need to move it.
Yeah,
in
but
out
it's
of it.
only a 5 foot, so technically if you put it in between squares, you could have 4 people healing around, but they're going to have to move so somebody else can step into it.
I mean, a 5-foot square is pretty big. I feel like since you guys are all allies, and maybe
Everybody
you have
huddle
to.
up.
I know. I was about to say maybe if you need to get over the concept of a group hug, that's okay. But you can. All
I ain't
stay
trying to
around.
catch no Rona.
Yeah, social distance here.
It's okay. I've got resistance to diseases and stuff. I'll be fine.
Regardless of how you want us to envision it, it's basically you can heal 10 rounds of healing for everybody unless we're under attack.
Sure. I was really curious to hear how Blaskin pitched that to the group.
We've used it before, but we didn't really go into how it looks or anything.
So now you can target
fine.
all those that are injured and then drop 10d6 of healing.
10d6 it is.
I have no way to target everybody though. I'm only in the demo
In the
map.
Combat tracker.
Yeah, if you go to the combat tracker, just control click your allies and. Now, was it Spirit of Healing or Blight? I can't remember.
Yeah, they're just so
Oh
similar.
no, wait, that's right. I said I was going to blight Garrett twice.
Oh
at the
wait,
start.
hold
I
on.
have to
No,
cast blight.
no, I didn't. I swear to God.
I'm glad you brought that up, Brandon.
I did not do the thing.
Go for it.
Roll
lots of dice.
I told him I was gonna blight him in
Doesn't have
TV.
anybody targeted.
Nope. Now he's starting.
Oh
10d6.
God,
It'll
bless
be
you,
like
Rona.
Shadowrun.
Okay, that's all 4 of us that are injured. All right.
Now, don't drop just a regular d6.
Oh, I should just take Trian out of the tracker. He's not actually there right now.
I can shift
didn't-
click the heal button, right?
What if you like the left click hold the little plus heal button and then start right clicking and counting off and it'll add dice?
Okay. Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, 10, right? I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying.
Wow, that was a lot of 6s.
That was a good roll.
Oh, it did different. No, it didn't. It just applied the same thing to everybody directly. Okay.
Would have been kind of cool if it rolled for everybody different, but
Oh, of course. I'm still wounded, of course. Great. Fantastic. Everyone else is
3
fucking fine.
points.
Just eat some good berries.
I guess you know what? I guess we can actually flavor that as it's probably harder to heal wood and metal than it is regular flesh.
The Dryad kind of tilts his head at you when you step into the circle. Eh?
Pulls 3 berries off his ass and eats them.
Oh, God. Oh, lovely. Okay, cool. So you guys are able to take a moment after the climb. It kind of reinvigorates everyone. Blood stops flowing out of Flint.
Thank God.
Blaskin looks a little less dented.
Oh, that's bitter.
Cool. So Flint, do me a favor and roll me a perception check.
Oh no.
All right, cool. You don't see or hear anything down the hall.
Excellent. Just exactly how it should be.
Mhm.
Nothing suspicious at all.
Nothing suspicious at all.
If
Oops,
we could
I'm dragging the wrong window.
turn back Time
So
to
you guys,
before we died.
There goes the stream. Copyright material. Thanks, Nick.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
you were so on key and sounded exactly like the artist that it flagged you immediately. Okay, so you guys are heading out. Flint leading the way, or there was talk of Apples doing something? Is anybody? Is Hedwig helping the group? Anybody?
Is the owl doing
Were
a
you
thing?
wanting it to scout?
You
Will
know,
just
like-
says. Will basically just says owls scout ahead. Or sorry, apples scout ahead.
Okay, it'll fly. I will walk for 100 foot, or that's as far as I
Okay.
can do that.
Can you roll perception for the owl, or it's just
Yeah.
it's a +3. If you wanna roll that.
Is it for roll with advantage since it's sight or hearing based, or is it something else?
Hold on.
Because that's its keen hearing.
Yes, yes. So that gets a roll with advantage. Yeah, Apples doesn't notice anything either. So clear path back down. So you guys said you wanted to head towards the smithy area.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's on the city map. That would be down the left concourse, right by the mine shafts.
Absolutely.
So you guys make it up to the center point, and hear some very nearby shuffling coming from the pathway north of you. I've still got this map. It's huge, and it's basically sticks, but if you want reference... Oh, Will's already looking at it.
Yeah.
So on here... So you guys are at this circle. You came back up the vents. And the group, just in general, having reached this point, is hearing some motion, some weird like grunting and sniffling and claw marks and things coming from the path. Yeah, it's exactly.
You're
Where's...
What,
There we go, mask
Is
mode.
there a specific map that I'm supposed to be looking at?
I linked
yeah,
it in
yeah.
the chat. It's just a visual ref if you need it.
Sorry.
Which
Yeah,
part are
it's
we
coming.
on?
So you guys are... Here, I'll drop Flint because he's in the lead.
Woo!
You guys are there.
Woo!
Okay.
And you're hearing noises coming from the north. It sounds not far off from basically the edge of your vision right now.
Quick question: are those yellow things are like grates that look down?
Yes, that's the light coming up from the city below.
Right, and is that like the edge of our vision, like just past them?
So 1, 10, 15, 20. I think that's like, yeah, you have what, dark vision 60 feet?
You're asking a man who's not looking.
That is, yeah, 60 feet. I think that's about 60-ish. So you don't see them yet, but you can hear some kind of rapid commotion just off, and it's definitely coming from that northern pathway, which, as Trian was explaining to you guys before, both of those are the two paths that head to the spiral stairs up to the upper levels.
Well, I don't think we're gonna go that way. I guess we're
You guys were given kind of general instruction on how to reach the Smith access, which
Yeah.
is basically heading off to the left and down.
Yeah.
Kind of a mirror of the route you currently took, because all of these just sit at the spine of the hallways up in the ceiling, so they mirror the city structure.
Yeah, let's try to get away from this rabbit snorting and clawing.
So to my knowledge, you guys are fully trackable.
I can't believe that he
just
just
saying.
said that out loud and nobody said anything in response.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was muted.
Fucking wild.
How long have you been muted?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. Like maybe 5 minutes ago, I asked something that you answered almost perfectly, so I thought you could hear me. But I think I was muted. I think I was muted even then. So
Yeah, I haven't heard
I
you
may
for a
have been
while.
muted. I may have been muted for like the last 10 minutes.
It seemed very calm in here.
Yeah, no, I said when we go up, you kind of just blew over it, but I assumed it was because you guys kind of like said, yeah, okay, but you might have been answering someone else. But I said when we get up here, when we start moving, I do cast Pass Without Trace on everyone.
Okay, yeah, that's important. Great. So anybody who, I mean, I can do it for everybody, but I feel like then nobody gets to do anything. Stealth rolls, please.
I would prefer it if you rolled for me.
Me as well.
Everyone
No,
gets-
you wouldn't.
Everyone gets a +10.
Yeah, everyone can roll stealth with a +10 mod.
Great, I get a roll with disadvantage. Let's do this, gamers.
Disadvantage with a +10.
10. Now, now.
So
that
technically, it's like he gets to roll with advantage. Because
Now,
advantage is basically a +5.
Oh wait, I don't.
Oh, nice.
If I have the armor thing next to it, it automatically rolls it at disadvantage, right?
Yeah, based on what you have equipped, it should automatically be doing your armor penalty stuff.
Correct.
Armor penalty stuff.
Hey, real quick,
Oh, not
Brandon.
bad. I dropped a 20.
Mhm.
Fuck.
So you said this is a stealth check. Is this? Hang on, I was just reading to make sure Cloak of Elven Kind wouldn't affect. So
Hold on, let me go run over and pull my hood up.
just make. I've already told you it's always up.
Oh, right. It just
He's
comes
got
down
little
to right
bobby
above your
pins
nose.
that hold it
I
to his
leave it
hair
out.
so it doesn't ever fall down.
Okay, so I was just checking to be sure. So
No, that won't apply
yeah, so
anyway. I don't
that
think
would-
because
I was gonna
it's
say that would only apply if there's something that I'm rolling against that is rolling for perception,
Mhm.
because I'm not hiding. This is just a
Correct.
doesn't
This
count
is
hiding, correct.
this is you.
Okay, just want to be sure.
Yeah, we'll just go with that.
Yeah, no, that's good. I am on board. Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a
cool.
7 and got a 24.
Ridiculous. Awesome. So, no horrible numbers. Yeah, you guys are doing well. You have been through this area before. You recognize the sound, so you know what you're trying to avoid. You kind of definitely move through this space. You head to the other side of the centerpiece. Looking down as you pass over these grates, again, you can see just kind of slowly milling about groups of various humanoids, smaller in stature. So you got some dwarf critters. You can see at least one instance of a shapeshifter that isn't busy like wearing a skin right now. So it just like it's more of a gray amorphous humanoid structure. There's the. Does anybody know Undercommon?
Shit. I think I do. Hang on a sec.
Not me.
Common, Draconic, Sylvan, Undercommon. Yep, my 5th language.
Nope.
What a nerd.
Elvish and Primordial.
So
I failed
Can-
Primordial.
you switched out of that into Undercommon. It was easier.
Much easier. Whew.
Less syllables overall.
Yeah, more people to practice with also.
So, in the course of study in that particular language or the way you pick that up, however you want to fill that in the background, you would recognize that some of the other critters, and I guess Flint, you would recognize these too, just because your kin is kind of familiar with their concept. There are some gray dwarves, some Dwergar, that are also part of the population down there. Not so good relations with the surface races.
Naturally.
Yeah, so you just kind of pick that up as you pass over the grade, and honestly, the rest of the path, the way down is without incident. You made a quick getaway from the corner where things were starting to wake back up and come your way. You kind of do a quick shuffle down the hallway on the far left. But it's not a quick reveal, whatever. And the this kind of gap in the midpoint there, that's the one that has the cut-in ladder down. This time it doesn't lead to like a wall vent. It actually just dead ends at the bottom of the ladder. You see a metal rod handle that's been built into it's a stone door, but it's cut like the rest of the wall. It's like you guys literally carved out the door piece, put it on hinges and gave it a handle and mounted it right back into the wall. So it's a slick little hidden doorway. and that does not require an athletics check to get back down. So that lets you guys out into the smithing hall on the eastern arm of the city. And going with the stealth rolls you guys made in the vents, the initial peek out doesn't seem to catch anybody's eye. Who's spotting? Who's the first at the doorway? Or
Apples.
are we gonna do a Scooby-Doo 5 heads stacked on top of each other kind of thing?
I'm not
No.
doing right.
I prefer to think more of as Three Stooges stacking.
Yes, that applies as well. I guess they were the OG.
Apples.
So
Let's go.
there's like a hand on the door and then an owl head.
Yes.
Whoo.
It's the owl's kind of acting like Joe Biden when a little kid. There,
Oh god.
So Will
his
puts
hand just
hand-
gently over there as he sniffs the door.
Yeah, Will just very kind of carefully places his hand. Owls is on his hand, and he kind of just goes like, "Owls, tell me if the coast is clear."
Owls?
I'm in apples. I keep saying owls for some reason. I say apples. Tell me if the coast is clear. And then somebody is like, "Is that an owl? Who? Yeah, an owl. Who? No, not who. What? Who?"
And it just falls over dead from psychic damage. Just
Yes.
like- it can't suffer its own joke.
That was wild.
Okay, so are you just working through the owl, or is anybody actually taking a look into the hallway here?
I
Yeah,
said I was
I'll-
gonna do it.
As opportunity presents itself, I'll keep going in and out.
Okay.
So I can check.
You can. Okay, I tell you
I'm
what.
just-
Whoever's looking out the door, trying, roll me a perception check. Lucky, you can roll with advantage since you're using the owl's additional perception bonus.
You know what? Will is also going to be actually looking because despite putting out apples out there to look, he's still like, "Yeah, I have my own eyes. I can look."
Jeez, Will, those elven eyes.
Was that a good roll?
You can see all the way to Isengard.
Are the hobbits
Wild.
there?
I've got X-ray vision. I can see through walls.
Man, I must have used I used the Minecraft like look through the earth and find all the ore mod.
Yep, everything is just lighting up. It's every NPC in the entire city is like just a red blip in your vision right now.
I got
Okay,
Assassin's
so-
Creed vision.
The between your view through the owl, Lucky, and then Will's scanning of the area at the door there, there's some there's a casual presence, I would say, of various Dwergar and a couple dwarves, kind of off in side paths. Like sitting in doorways or checking through like to see if anything's been left in some of the boxes that were like at the street fronts. There isn't like a huge bunch of traffic coming and going with the current shift that's there in the mines. There isn't a big there isn't much of a reason to be heading this way or leaving from here. So it's not packed. That being said, with the number of people you can see from the doorway, you can't just stroll down the alley. So this is either going to require like some well-timed moving between obstacles. You can see enough view obstructions that you could find a path around. You have come out just to the right of looks like what you opened was the front of like a carved column, like a circular column relief, so it's only like a little bit of the circle that sticks out from the wall. Just more of a visual thing, but you've kind of cracked that open a bit to look out, and just to your left is the front of one of the smithies, maybe 15 feet across. It kind of arcs out in a circle, has a little bit of an overhang for like an awning. But the rolling back a little bit to navigate to any of the other areas in the space, and you do see the opening to the mines off to your right. That's maybe 15 feet off to the right, and then in the center of the hall. But to navigate anywhere else, going to require like some well-timed moves to make sure that whatever groups are clustered don't happen to be looking your direction at any given time. So it's not just like free movement regardless. Or if you have some other means to move around without being detected, visibly or otherwise, that's up to you. You can see about 4 more large smithy, like, I'm trying to think of the right word. The front of the facades. You can see like 3 or 4 more smithy facades with their own entrances and various stylings, but there kind of seemed to be a theme going when they built this hall, that most of the smithies were dedicated to work in the city, so they all have a similar kind of arced front structure like what you're right next to.
Well, sounds like sneaking is going to be a lot of fun for all of us.
I mean, everyone still has pass without a trace as long as they stay within 30 feet of me.
I can put invisibility on 2 of us.
I mean, I've got disadvantage on stealth checks as long as I'm wearing armor.
So here's the question then. Should we even try to be stealthy about this? Like,
Yes.
and not in the normal sense. Like, should we try to be like, I'm not talking like I'm not talking like Assassin's Creed stealth. Like, we have to follow a specific path, watch out for everyone's peripherals and all that. I'm talking about like, can we cause a distraction? Like, draw everyone's attention away from where we're going. That way it allows us to sneak better. Is it, you know what, Brandon, actually let me change my question.
Maybe your
Where-
owl could do that. Maybe apples could cause a distraction.
Brandon, with my Isengard seeing elven eyes, do I see anything that I believe would make a good distraction?
What are you looking for?
You know,
Specifically a
thing-
distraction.
Yeah, things that I know will be loud if they were to fall or hit other objects.
So got it. So
maybe-
red barrels with a fire indicator on them.
Maybe hang on, I was getting to that. Maybe things that are on fire and can be easily tipped. You know, small metallic objects that, should you drop them on the floor, will clink and clank and make a bunch of noise.
I could cause a pretty good distraction if you need me to.
Yeah, you know what? Is there a stereo system that we can hack in?
Oh my
And we can just
No, but there is an antimatter rifle over on the shelf.
Oh wait, I thought we were playing. What? When did
grab
we
that.
switch to Shadowrun?
I grabbed the antimatter rifle.
When you rolled the 10d6, it just happened.
What? Damn.
That's when he's like, I grab the antimatter rifle and I throw it across into an alley so it makes a lot of noise.
Oh, man. One sec.
It's like a useless hunk of metal.
I have no idea what this does. It's a fancy stick. Throw it. Okay, so you're looking for anything distraction-y. So sources of fire. Well, you're right by several smithies that you can hear some noise coming from at least one of them, kind of resonating through the area. You saw some kind of shoddy smith work in the weapons that some of these guys were carrying. So, putting two and two together, you think they're probably still using these setups to help equip themselves.
We're in the vent
so-
still, aren't we?
You guys came down the ladder to the hidden door, so you're actually perceiving from ground level.
Will has an idea. What if I get invisibility cast on me? I can just go I could sneak over, grab some objects that would make a lot of noise, like throw them, and nobody would see me.
How
not gonna
big
be
a
weird,
distraction do you want?
I mean, I don't want like the whole city comes crashing down on it, but I want oh shit,
I
that sounds
cast
pretty
fireball.
serious.
Well, that's
Let's-
why I'm asking, because I can create a very large distraction.
I want anyone within this portion of the city to be like, ooh, that sounds serious. We probably should check that out just to be safe.
Will, you did actually roll high enough to detect there is a fair amount of noise coming from the mining area right around the corner. So it isn't like you're in a desolate corner of a hall. So keep in mind that whatever you're planning in the area, there are potentially, and you don't know the volume of or the number of people involved. There are potentially more out of sight in a is an active operation zone. And I'm only counseling you on that because you got a 21.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Well, then maybe we want something that won't attract anyone from the mines. Maybe just something. Can we do anything visual
just-
then? Lucky, what kind of distraction are you thinking of?
Well, if you want one large enough, I could create a giant ball of fire. That'll get everybody's attention.
Ooh, yeah, one of the forges is exploding. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we would definitely want people to go directly where we're headed.
Not to the one that we're going to a different one.
I could sneak down an alleyway or something invisible and then cast it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I have an idea.
Oh no.
That's dangerous.
If you cast invisibility on me, I can walk up to the ceiling. I have a
God.
flute. I can play my flute and draw them away.
Oh god.
Like an invisible Pied Piper.
Exactly.
Do you have a magical pipe that does that, or are you just wanting them to follow the sound?
No, it's I have a flute. I'm literally gonna just play my flute.
Oh, that sounds like a good idea. And I cast invisibility on him.
Hey, playing a flute doesn't count as a combat action. That's not going to blow your
he's just-
invisibility the second
no.
you start it.
Nope. Will walks to the ceiling now.
Okay. Okay.
And then, and then assuming that I get to the ceiling with no problems, I start just kind of walking away, and I play a beautiful but a sad tune, just a low tune. It kind of something. It starts off, everyone's like, what the hell is that?" And then they're like, "Oh my god, that's music."
Gotcha. So it sounds something like.
That's really loud.
Sorry. That was music and not ambient background noise. My bad.
Less
No.
than 30
You need to really
seconds
get your
were-
labels.
Okay,
You really need to
so-
fix your labels.
Okay. How loud can you play your flute?
I don't know.
It says here on my sheet pretty goddamn loud.
Well, so here's what I'm asking. For you to walk up to the ceiling, that's like a 60-foot distance back down to the ground. Easily, if not higher. So if you're playing like a low, sad tune that you don't want to pick, everyone up in town.
Well, that's why I'm gonna like make it low and then start kind of moving away and then kind of like raise the volume.
You can
I'm
do this for an
literally-
hour before that wears off unless you attack
I'm
something.
gonna literally Pied Piper them away from the forges.
Okay.
By the way, I am proficient in my flute, just FYI.
Yeah. Jesus. Wow. So,
I was
give
just
me.
thinking to myself, if I just like point fairy fire at where the flute's playing, I'll actually cancel the invisibility, and they'll just see a guy on the roof playing flute or fiddle or whatever he's got, an F instrument.
It's actually
Will,
an electric
give-
guitar. I'm playing the Halo theme.
Man, give me a performance check with your flute there. So Will walks invisibly up, maybe not all the way to the roof, but enough distance where he knows he's still in earshot of like the hallway.
He drops the flute.
Well, there's your distraction.
Shit, fuck!
For some reason, Gary, when you said he drops the flute, I thought of
Wait, hang on a
Shadowrun. I'm
sec.
like, that's the moment everyone would kick down the door and shoot everybody for no reason.
Actually, real quick, it says I can add my proficiency bonus to any ability checks I make. So if it's a performance check, can you add 3 to that number?
What says you can do that?
The flute. It literally says,
Oh,
if you have proficiency with a given musical instrument, you
Got
can
it.
add your proficiency bonus to any ability checks. And my
yep. That
proficiency
totally
bonus
makes
is 3.
sense.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Wow, they rolled really low. You, man, they rolled really low. So, beyond all expectations, when you started playing your instrument, no one was busy hammering at the forge at the time. So even some of the folks from inside the forges and smithies wander out to try and figure out where this is coming from. And you like the folks that are just kind of relaxing against some doorways and things also just kind of perk up and definitely like you've got people's attention and they're kind of gathering to figure out what is exactly going on. So
I start to play louder and I start to move away.
okay, where are you leading them? Like you're moving away towards.
I'm moving. Okay, so on the Dunmoreau map, I'm moving towards the concourse, like the central area.
Gotcha.
My goal is to draw them. Basically, I'm gonna go to like the edge, kind of over to where the concourse is, because I don't really want to. I know that there's other like enemies in the concourse, so I'm gonna kind of try and draw them away towards it, and then I'm gonna stop playing, let them kind of be like, "Huh, where'd it go? What's going on?" And then I'm just gonna go back.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's the plan, anyways.
Yep. Holy crap.
I'm just hoping that one of these squid dudes hears me. They really like my music and they let me go.
I just rolled 5 d20s, and not a single one rolled above a 10.
Nice.
Wow.
I'm worried. I'm concerned about all these rolls we're about to make tonight.
Yeah, I think that when we get to the combat round, we're gonna have some high numbers, guys.
Okay, so it's anybody watching from the doorway. This is the most bizarre thing you have ever witnessed Will successfully do. Like all of there's a he's basically drawn a handful of gray dwarves, a couple of the Belizean dwarves, and um, a pair of shapeshifters. Like some of them are still like one of them's wearing a smithing apron and has a hammer in hand, and they're all just kind of they have this kind of angry, confused look, and they're all following the sound back up the because you guys are kind of at the bottom of the slope, back up the road into this towards the center of town, while this kind of almost dirge on the flute is being played from some amorphous point up in the ceiling, and does seem to kind of be drifting away, but so does the crowd. There, from your perspective, there doesn't seem to be anybody left right outside where you guys are watching from.
What can I say except you're welcome?
I assume you actually say that in part of your song as you walk away.
I'm actually, I don't know if you guys knew this, but I was actually playing on the flute the whole Moana soundtrack.
So as you walk away, you're like, shiny!
I start dropping coins from the ceiling. I'm so shiny.
Oh my god. So
All
you
the
don't
guards-
know how
all the guards
long
are
their
really
curiosity
They're like, mine's haunted.
you don't know how long their curiosity is
now?
going to keep them there, but you've basically like drawn the crowd like a magnet, like just further down the hall, a good 50 to 100 feet away from the area you guys were more interested in exploring.
This is like the Masked Singer, but instead invisible. All right, you know
Okay.
what? Just let's move on. Nobody
I wasn't
understood
gonna-
the joke.
Nope. Sorry.
Nobody got the reference.
Did they sing in a mask?
Yeah, that's
Is it the
whole
Phantom
point.
of the Opera?
No.
I think I've seen 10 minutes of that show.
Just that TV show.
I'm sure it was at one point.
So, Will, having successfully distracted in a way I definitely wasn't expecting, arrives invisibly back at the hidden door there, and you have, 3 or 4 much more easily accessible used smithies to explore if you like.
Get them quick.
I have one request, boys. I forgot if I mentioned this earlier, but we're definitely going into the mines around this time, right? Now that everybody's gone, and it's going to be much harder for these guys to call for help.
Sorry, say that again?
It'll be a lot harder for these guys to call for help if we go down into the mines now.
Oh, so you want to, instead of... Wasn't our original goal to get some gear and then just take the gear back to everyone we already freed?
Well, we found out
Or-
that they had another group that they were so when we rescued the group that came back, they were like, oh yeah, there's already a group back at the mine shaft. They don't just like, the mine doesn't stop working when they're swapping them out. They already had another group there ready to go.
We don't care. It's not our sister.
So, hang on. So, the plan
Oh,
is...
so Laskin's just gonna leave some dwarves to die in a mine, huh?
No,
Okay,
Scott
so-
is.
So, Flynn, we have to choose between arming all the other dwarves and then
That's not what we said.
saving these dwarves.
That's why is
Why do
That's-
we need to choose?
why we can do both.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
I'm just
it'll
saying-
be easier if we go into the mine shafts. They can't just scream at this point and instantly have everybody come out.
All right. Will walks into the mine shaft and starts playing the flute. It's good. I'll draw them. I'll draw them to us, boys. I'll bring him to us. Oh shit! I just thought of something amazing.
Wait, really?
No, that's not what Will does. Okay.
Okay.
Clint, so is this what everyone agrees with? Are we gonna, instead of looting, looting all these
can loot,
forges,
and then
We're still gonna loot the forges.
I know, but we can't loot them now. We're gonna have to carry all that stuff, and then we're gonna have to go into the mines carrying all of it.
Well, yeah, that's why we're saving that for second. You're making this sound like there's a hard decision here.
It's not a hard decision. It's a timed decision. I don't think we have time for both.
All right, we're going down to the
I guess we're
mines.
gonna have to kill some people.
All right, let's go to the mines then. Will is more than happy to go into the mines.
I mean, Flint was gonna go rescue his sister anyway.
Will would like to go into the mines. He'll lead the way since he's still invisible.
Yes, I forget he can also see in the dark.
Yes. He is an elf, or half elf.
Well, I mean, just because dwarves have dark vision doesn't mean this whole place is just kept pitch black anyway.
Right.
There's like, braziers and stuff along the wall.
This is a nice mine shaft. It's not a house, it's a home.
Okay, so Will, if you're going first, since you're invisible, did I already grid this? Is that why I see lines? Probably. Yeah, I did. Okay. So you come around the corner into a fairly open hallway entrance to what kind of opens up into a little more natural of a carved out space. Maybe the ceiling comes down a fair amount from the hallway proper, so it's maybe 25 feet to the ceiling from where you're at, and you can see from the initial entrance there's kind of 3 gangplanks that run off the lip of an initial cliff edge that have some hoists on them for bringing up stuff from the mines, and then a low stone wall that kind of blocks off the rest of the drop and then heads down a ramp to the left. You also see from your vantage point, and actually I need to double check something before, I didn't think about this. You're walking in invisible. There we go. Nope. Okay.
Bless you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Cool. Cannot see invisible. That's good to know. So. Yeah, floating about 20 feet. Well, actually, you can't see the ground from the initial entryway, but you do know that they're not above the ground level that you're on. They're out in open space. About 15 feet beyond the drop off from these the gangplanks with the hoist on them is a kind of odd looking critter. Actually, you saw one of them when you looked down from the vents. One of the Illithid is just kind of hovering at one end of this room, just kind of looking down on some. You can hear some other work happening, some things being pushed along tracks, rocks being dropped, things like that, and not really. You don't hear them making a sound. They're just, you can see them just kind of monitoring the space.
So
How far? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
How many? Is it just the one floating?
Yeah, just the one.
Okay. So
How
for
many?
now.
Yeah. How many in the immediately? Like, how many can I immediately see? Other enemies are there? I could come to the Illithid's aid.
So you haven't really entered the room any further than just coming into like the entryway.
Okay.
So that's all you can see from here. There's
Okay.
nothing else in your direct line of sight except that one.
About how far did you say the elephant was from me? Or about how far does Will think that it is?
Somewhere between 50, 75 feet from where you're at right now.
Okay. Will, who's right behind Will? Will basically whisper, like, unless somebody else is like right behind me and can see it also. Will's gonna like whisper and be like, "I see the elephant." Do we take it?
Roll me a perception check, Will.
Perception. What do my elven eyes see?
Well, in this case,
Elven
it's your elven ears, which, being quite so comically large, also rolled well.
I was
So-
called elephant ears by my bullies.
So you, jeez, where'd it go? You can hear among the different kind of rabble of operating noise of dropping off rocks and moving carts around and things. You also hear some kind of guttural snarls and snaps. There's a little bit of kind of bored commentary in Undercommon between a couple voices. So you're just based on what you're hearing, you're detecting anywhere from 3 to a dozen sources of potential, like, critter noises, not working dwarves.
Okay. Scott, get on the meme real quick. I want the picture of the Mandalorian where the stormtroopers are threatening him, and he says, "I like those odds." Will says Will says he likes those odds. Yeah, I mean, we're here to free some dudes, so let's go free them. Will asks the people behind him, "Are you guys ready?"
Was he that fast?
He was that fast.
We're so proud.
Bradley, you got to get the Discord text into your stream somehow.
I had that at one point.
Oh,
Nice.
that's amazing. Scott, truly, you are the fastest memer this side of the Mississippi.
Thanks. I saw this one when I found that, and that was actually really funny.
He just blows the smoke off of his mouth. It's like it cools down, like, from that hot metal color.
That's great. So, is everyone ready?
Do you still have Pass Without a Trace? How long does that last again?
I think it's an hour.
Okay.
So
Okay, then that doesn't matter. It's fine.
And
Yeah,
he's a little bit invisible.
Yes. Concentration up to 1 hour. Yes.
Let's just I've got some invisibilities I can burn. Let's just pass without trace invisibility everybody, and we'll just bonk this guy. We'll just sneak up behind him.
Just
How
a
many
squad
invisibilities can you
bonk.
pass out?
I can actually pass out 2 more. Oh no, it'd be 1 more in a 3rd or 4th level slot. Sorry.
Yeah, I say because it's a concentration. So
Yeah.
I can do 2 people.
Because you're special.
No,
Yeah, so
because
get-
I have a 3rd level spell slot.
Get to yeah. So we could do the
Like
two.
I said.
We could do the 2 heavy hitters, and then everyone else could go in no invisibility.
How far away is it?
How
else?
far away is
Welcome to your
the?
life from this point on, Brandon. Anytime you threaten us with anything, we're just going to pass without trace invisibility our way next to it and just get a huge surprise round.
What if Will and Flint invisibility, and then Blaskin can come bursting in and he can cast Hold Person?
I don't think it's technically classified as a person.
I was just thinking that, like,
Illithids are people too, just because they aren't bipedal and the same as us.
No, they are bipedal, but they're monsters.
Oh, they are?
Or aberration.
Oh.
Yeah, they're not humanoids, unfortunately. I cannot hold person them. I can.
Oh.
It's okay. I can hold person Sahagins, but mind flayers are apparently a step too far.
Okay.
Those assholes.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but y'all are wanting to kill the mind player, correct?
Yeah,
yeah.
it seems like.
And how
the
far
plan.
away is it from us?
Have you joined Will at the entryway?
Assumed he came back. We don't know where he's
Yeah,
at. He's
no,
invisible.
Yeah, no, I came back to them. I
He's
peeked and then I went around.
That's a good point. I'm like you're just walking anywhere, feeling around. Which way did it go?
So I walk around.
Okay,
Will,
so-
Will.
Just shouting. Oh man, sorry. So yes, if you came back and gave a general description, you're from the entry to the mining area. You'd say it's probably a 50 or 75 foot range to where he's kind of floating in open space. So you weren't able to see over down into the operating area proper.
Okay.
He's pretty much
So he
within
was-
range.
Is the Illithid, if I were to like get close enough, could I attack him with my sword, or is he floating too high?
AFK sec.
You don't know where the ground is that he's over.
Okay.
But your best guess is, yeah, he's probably out of melee range if you were on the ground.
The coward.
I mean, no, you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna hold that in my back pocket as a surprise, just in case.
Are you gonna cast gravity?
No, I don't have Earthbind anymore, which would be hilarious to kill him with fall damage if it was that far.
Yeah, I mean, Will can if he can't reach the Illithid, Will can just shoot it with his bow.
Or you could jump on it.
Ooh, I like your thinking. How high is the ceiling in this room?
Not as
That immediate deep sigh.
I like to
not
imagine
as high as the hallway you're in.
Oh, perfect. It's perfect dropping distance.
I like to imagine Will walks up to the ceiling and then just
So-
jumps down on top of the Illithid, screaming, "Maximum effort!"
Will, so because the Illithid's not terribly far, Will would like to suggest that he can go, and since he's already invisible and can walk on the ceiling, Will would like to offer to go in and to get into position to strike, and then basically just like kick everything off. Like, what if I go over to the Illithid, I'll take like a coin or something, I'll like throw it, that way it makes like a little noise and everyone's like,
Toss a coin to your mind flayer.
yes. And everyone's gonna be like, what the hell, like where'd that coin, like what is that noise, where'd that come from? But that'll be the signal for everyone to attack.
Why doesn't our signal to attack just be when you attack him?
When you become visible with swords sticking out of it, or arrows, that will be the signal.
Yeah, when it screams out in pain.
Yeah,
No,
you know,
wait, what's our battle cry that we had when we kicked down the door?
What the fuck?
What the fuck? Yeah, that's right.
fair point. So Will just simply says to everyone, wait for my signal, and Will climbs the ceiling towards the mind flayer.
I'm sorry. Just instantly in my mind, the scene was you jump and stab it and wait like 10 seconds, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Why aren't you dead? I stabbed you.
All right, one sec. Now that you are actually in this area, I need to populate it.
How dare you?
I wish there was a way, because you want to drag things from the combat track to the map to make them actionable. I wish there was a way you could pre-populate a map with things that then you just sent over to the combat tracker.
I know,
That's
it's
exactly what you do with the encounters button, bro.
Right, but then, no, if I open an encounter...
Right, then you open up NPCs, you drag NPCs in there to populate it. You then drag the little circles that are underneath, like say you have 4 something, it gives you like the 4 little circles. You drag those little circles to the map, it'll put a checkbox on that one, and then you click the little down button, it puts them into the combat tracker. Delete everything off the combat tracker, they delete off the map until next time you add to the combat tracker.
Oh, see, I thought if I dragged them from the encounter window, like they would... I didn't realize they maintained their link then if you hit the add to combat tracker button, but you already had the icon on a map.
Yeah, so you put them in the encounter list first, then you drag those little ones, the smaller icons, to the map to place them where you want them. And then when you go to add them to the combat tracker, it's going to remember the link.
Okay, cool. I'll play with that next time, but since we got Scott missing for a second anyway, I'll just drag the rest of these guys over.
I thought you were going to say I'm going to play with it now.
Say I'm currently populating a map for a 4th edition adventure for my home group.
What are you laughing at?
Your mom. Leave me alone.
Oh my god! Your mom's a hoe.
Zinger. Zing.
Messages coming from every angle. Ah. Okay, Scott, are you back?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, so Will here. I'm going to... Oh, nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go into sharing. Share. So that's kind of the area you're currently viewing. You guys are up in the upper right. No, that's the entrance. And you can see the guy floating right there.
Hey, there he is.
And this
I really
here,
do
I
wish
can...
that Earth Mine right now. I would just love to kill like a mini boss or a boss enemy with fall damage.
That would be fucking awesome.
Here. That's the
Like-
kind of northern... That's the wall at the northern end of the space.
Ooh, okay.
So that's not... Yeah, that's basically the... You can't walk along the stuff I just lit up. That's where the room ends.
I can't walk on top of it, but I can walk
Right.
along it. Or if I'm on the ceiling, I'm just gonna walk around.
Man, I hope you never like step in lava and lose those slippers permanently.
No,
That
actually,
would be such a shame.
I think-
actually, Nick, this area is made of non-Euclidean geometry.
Okay. Got it. Geometry wars. Brandon.
So what's going on here?
You know you love the shit that I do with these shoes.
You're just
We
like,
know that.
in any,
we know that
in any
Brandon
scenario,
regrets it.
in any scenario, how can I be standing sideways or upside down before anything starts?
Dude,
Let's
we're
just-
gonna from now on, all of our encounters are gonna be in like open fields.
I was gonna say, walls exist. Will.
We're going
It's
to the
pretty
plane of
realistic.
air next. There's nothing.
You just have to you just make the GM work a little harder, be more creative, like the dispelling magic, so they don't work for like a minute, and then you fall from wherever you're at.
Yeah,
Ooh, I'm writing that
pulses
one
of
down.
dispelling magic.
Let me write this down.
I don't know, does dispel magic work on a magical item like that?
It basically negates them for like a minute. It turns it off. It doesn't make it just not work anymore, but for like 60 seconds, yeah, it turns it off.
Does it like knock out your attunement to the item?
I would say no. It just ceases functioning.
Oh, okay.
It's like, crap, there's interference. I can't hear my headphones anymore.
Really? I don't know if I...
Now I'm falling.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd need to read the description for that, though, because
Darn these headphones of spider walking.
I can see it. I feel like enchanted items, or items that are enchanted with that magic, are in general harder to negate. No, I guess you're right. They are still magical, so there's something that could be done about it.
I mean, we can leave it for later, but I would say that if there was like a space of null magic, then any enchanted
Yeah.
items just would become inert in that
I would
space.
say null makes sense because dispel to me seems like they literally end the magic. Like if somebody were to cast dispel magic on my shoes, I feel like they wouldn't get the magic back. I feel like the
This
magic
might
would
be a
gone.
Great spot to introduce some new spells I'm trying to design. A new school of
Yeah.
magic. Weird.
Yeah, destroy
It's
magic.
just specifically anti. Well, I was gonna say
All
anti-shoe, but I think it's
counter
just anti-nick spells.
Well, I guess he actually, my idea is wrong because I've seen it do that in actually written adventures where it's like if they cast a spell magic, the magic is, negated for a minute or 10 minutes. But here's a sage advice with Crawford. It says dispel magic does one thing: end spells on its target. It does nothing to other magical effects.
Okay.
But it's your game world, so you can do what the fuck you want.
Yeah, I feel like it's too low level to be an artifact destroyer. So like enchanted items, I think just the amount of effort that goes into putting the enchantments there in the first place shouldn't be able to be cleared off by a dispel. So you probably need something stronger to really neutralize that. But
Yeah. No, I would definitely. I would say I'm on the same boat as that. I agree.
Guys, I found a deck of many things. Random wizard. Dispel! No,
exactly.
playing cards.
So Will would like to get into position over near the mind flayer and maybe scope out, see if he notices anything else he can take advantage of.
Okay, so are you trying to position yourself like as directly above him as possible, or are you like trying to walk along the wall to be like 5 feet away from the guy?
Can I get like put on the map real quick so I can like show you where I want to go? Thank you. So what I would like to do is maybe get to like, I guess maybe like about here, like about here along like the ceiling or the wall, whichever is easiest for me to traverse. And
Okay.
I want to kind of get like a look and see, is there anything that I need to, like, is my original plan to just go like above this dude, drop on him? Is that good? Or is there anything else that I need to be aware of?
Gee, if you're gonna walk along the ceiling like that, what's the point of Fog of War? Hold on. I just want to. All right, so that's your path. I'm just gonna make sure that
So
anything you're
once-
walking near isn't like, oh wait, we see you immediately.
Yep. So basically, I'm gonna go there first and just like get a scope out, make sure that there's no threats or anything that I couldn't see previously that I didn't account for. In my mind, I'm doing the Perry the Platypus theme song from Phineas and Ferb.
Doobie doobie dooba doobie doobie dooba.
Perry.
However,
Yes,
I
am I
couldn't link it from here. Anti-magic field is nice for what you're wanting to do, though. A beholder's gaze, things like that.
The
So-
eye of the beholder is beautiful.
Just randomly curious. How close is everyone else behind you?
I'm actually holding on to him as he walks across the signal.
We've got a long chain of us just hanging from the ceiling.
I mean, is everyone else just like gathered outside around the corner outside the entryway? Like just off the map? Or is this like, wait to hear my signal and we'll come charging from the doorway?
Yeah, I'm waiting
Like
for
the hidden door.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would assume that they could probably get a visual signal on me, but maybe they're just listening. I don't know.
I mean, this could be just recon for until for a little while.
This is recon until it isn't.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, Will, you get up on the ceiling, and continue to hear the sounds of things being pushed along rails, and Mind Flayer doesn't seem to be noticing anything different. You get, from ceiling wise, let's say you get about here, and you can see pretty much everything at this point. Which can I just remove the fog? Is that a button?
Yeah, you can just remove that entire layer if you wanted.
Oh, okay. I'll do this anyway because.
Man, what an operation they got going here. This is very professional. It's very well done.
You say that out loud and they hear you.
Exactly.
So
Just walks right up to the Mind Flayer's like, nice place, dude.
Nice place, bud.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go get
collective
coffee,
hour.
even though I won't be able to taste it. Be back, guys.
Oh, we're up to
Oh no,
9
you lost your
viewers.
sense of taste?
Yeah, I can't taste anything.
Oh, whoops.
Or
I meant for
smell.
that to be a more dramatic reveal. So, because the problem is that right at the ground level, below your illithid, you see two of these that are staring straight at you.
He's like, yes, I see.
I fired.
Well, they don't have
two.
eyes. I would
Okay.
say their lobes are pointed straight at you, and they're kind of hunched into an aggressive stance. The Mind Flayer hasn't noticed yet.
How are they sensing me?
So, the
Wow.
Intellect Devourer can sense the presence and location of any creature within 300 feet of it that has an intelligence of 3 or higher,
But that's
regardless
Will.
of interposing barriers, unless the creature is protected by a Mind Blank spell. They
That's
also
why
have
we
blind
sent
sight
Will,
for 60
bro.
feet.
You said 3 or higher. That's why we sent Will to do this.
I'm gonna need to see Will's character page.
Hang on a sec. I'd like to voluntarily reduce my intelligence from 10 to 2.
You know what? Brandon, you should let him do that and then say it has to be permanent.
Let him do it. Let him do it.
Please no. I
We're
would.
walking around with someone with the intelligence of a literal squirrel.
I wonder
Yeah, squirrels have a 3, I think.
what would
Oh,
make,
okay, never mind. Sorry.
what would make more
Cockroach.
sense. Perhaps I should play some flute to calm them down.
Oh my god.
Hey, he would
you
be
pull
on
that
par
flute,
with
can you-
Apples. Apples has a 2 intelligence.
If you start playing your flute in front of this Mind Flayer, I'm gonna blight you.
Play the flute.
Will, what's happening? What's going on?
Run him out of 4th level spell slots so he can't blight me.
There, by the way, there are a handful of dwarves from the city that are pushing some carts along these tracks out, and then running wheelbarrows over to the refuse pile over in the corner where the Grimlocks are. So that's
Well-
just general milling action. The rest, all the Dwergar, the Intellect Devourers, the Mind Flayer, the Grimlocks, they seem to be in a holding sentry role, making sure everyone's playing nice. Occasionally poking somebody with a stick as they walk by, and the dwarf just kind of flinches and keeps their head down and continues pushing the cart back down into the darkness. But yeah, you have the attention of two critters that haven't made a move. Yeah, so they haven't made a move at you, but there's.
So these
This is an immediate thing.
Yeah, I know. So these real quick, these 3 wooden platform things,
Mhm.
are these dropping off on the edge, and then it's how many feet down, or are those ramps?
Those drop off. So they have a winch on the end, or a hoist, to run to lift ore loads up.
Okay.
and then push them up the street towards the forges and the smithies.
So is the only way for anything that can't fly to get up here that path along the bottom of the map?
Yes, that is a gradual ramp down directly from your vantage point. You're gauging, maybe it's a 20-foot drop from the upper level down to the work floor.
All right, bitchin'. Target the mind flare, and I fire 2 arrows.
You what?
Okay.
Is that our cue?
Wow, I've never seen Will die so fast in my life. Guys, that was crazy.
I mean, it's surprise.
Yep.
I told
Go
you guys
ahead.
to wait for my signal.
Target the mind flare.
Almost.
Fire arrows. And for the record, if you were walking along the ceiling, you're about 20 feet off the ground so it's as you walk out into the... Ooh, that's a little loud. As you walk out into the more open space, you've got about a 40 to 50 foot drop down to the work floor. Where you are right now, it's about 20 feet down to the upper level.
Okay. Upper level. Okay, then.
Oh wow, a whole bunch of things just happened.
Yeah,
So in rap...
in for the, I guess if I get to move during the surprise, like
Yeah, you're taking a surprise
attack,
round.
then I guess I don't really see a need to be on the ceiling, so I'll drop down, because I'm kind of expecting that I'm gonna need some backup from my team, and I don't want to be where they can't reach me.
Okay, so breaking invisibility from your position on... You're just going to straight fall? Or are you going to run
No.
down the...
I'm gonna run down the wall. I'm gonna like
Okay.
Naruto run or something.
Just let go in like superhero land.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So from your invisible post, as that fades and you draw the bow, you let loose 2 arrows in rapid succession. Both hit. Wow. So...
Oh wait,
No.
shit. Hang on, I
Need
forgot
your Colossus Slayer in there.
Yep. Whoops. Hey, there we go.
Get a bonus action first, so you could have got your
Hunter's
Mark.
Mark. Yeah, I keep forgetting to do that. I think that because in order to do that, I would have had to cancel my pass without a trace, which is kind of pointless at this point anyways. But,
I mean, last time I reminded you, you called me a dumb bitch, so,
Damn.
I don't remember saying those exact words.
Gary, you're a dumb bitch.
Hang on,
Okay,
there was no
so...
reason... Oh, I remember why. The reason I don't do that is because I'm used to using my swords and needing my bonus action for my swords. That's why.
Okay, so 2 arrows
Shit.
immediately hit into the side of this creature that's kind of floating and monitoring the space. There's definitely like a visible body shock of like, I mean, pain and where the hell did that just come from? But immediately catches sight of you as you're running down the wall with your arms held out backwards.
Naruto running.
Naruto headband.
And I'm double checking because I gotta do. Sorry, that just like keeps getting louder. Okay. I just need to make sure that I don't have any extra bonuses to my concentration checks he has to make when you hit him. And it doesn't look like anything special's in there, so... Boom, boom. Okay. Okay, maintains concentration, does not fall to the ground.
Damn it. See, that's kind of what I was aiming for. But...
So, yeah, reels in just like this shock and anger. And you, as you make it down to the floor level, you just hear this kind of piercing, skittery almost voice just eat into the side of your head. It's like you're not hearing it from your ears, you're hearing it inside your brain, and you just hear
Holy.
Is that my sword?
What?
Sure. It's your sword.
Oh wait, was
yes.
he here when my sword was talking to me?
That wasn't your sword, dude.
The mind flayer was not there when the sword was talking to you.
If that's Will's genuine first thought, I am convinced you have 2 intelligence.
I need everybody to roll intelligence. Yeah, I need everybody to roll initiative. Because that was
Only Will.
Will. You have about 10 feet of movement left, by the way, because you ran 20 feet down.
Sick.
10.
Wow, these are some really shitty initiative. Wow, it just keeps getting worse.
Flint's not that motivated. I mean, he talks a big talk, but
He's
hold on.
absolutely stunned that this fucking degenerate opened fire on a thing he literally doesn't even see. Just like out of nowhere, he just appears on the ceiling shooting his fucking bow, and he's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Trian, get out of the combat tracker.
Oh, what's wrong
Yeah.
with shooting with
No,
a bow?
Trian's the most successful member of our party. Why isn't he here?
He got hit like twice and fucking ran away last time.
Oh.
he took more than half of his health in damage pretty quickly.
At least
Um,
Blaskin didn't get hit. That
Okay. That being the case, well, no one else heard that. And Will, you're at the top of the initiative order.
Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and cast Hunter's Mark this time because I'm not a schmuck.
sweats nervously.
All right, let's do another one of those. It's a hit. It's another one of those. It's a hit. And let me go ahead and drop real quick. Skip Hunter's Mark. And we'll do the... Dude, I'm finally starting to get my Colossus Slayer, like, not adding Hunter's Mark damage to it. It's only taken me, like, what? A year? 2 years?
Dang, that's not bad. No, not the Hunter's Mark thing. That's pathetic. But the damage.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Aw.
actually pretty retarded.
Aw.
Get dunked.
No, but that was a good damage round just from.
Yeah, good.
It's funny,
We just like
I-
out from the door. Good luck, Will.
Will shouts at the top of his lungs, "Signal!"
Signal.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I was wondering. No,
Well, hey,
I mean, I kept putting like all these like fun, playful arrows in front of him when this campaign first started, and he just would only use his swords.
Yeah, I finally used them all, and he hasn't given me any more yet. I'm waiting for more awesome arrows. All right, yeah.
Okay.
It's Intellect Devourer's turn. Really,
Yep.
really, the reason I didn't go over there to like stab the Mind Flayer was I did not want to be close to 2 Intellect Devourers and a Mind Flayer. I figured
You
I'd
have
just
no intellect to devour. We've established this. You're immune to them.
I've got 10 intellect. I'll have you know.
Right.
Okay, so that's
Sure you do.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 40. So, the hounds are in pursuit. Whoop! Nope, it's not his turn yet. Mm-mm. Never mind. So this guy was actually asleep. So he's just spending his turn waking up. Turns out. And does not have line of sight on you from there. No. Wow, I have some options here. I did not realize that. Foomp. He just disappears. Apples is the first up in the crew. You guys were able to hear Will shout very non-stealthily, "Signal!"
I mean, I figured the mind flayer screaming would
Surprised he didn't follow up with the real signal. What the fuck?
How far away is Apples from the mind player?
So if you guys are back at the doorway, then you're about 25 feet from the edge of this map.
Actually, Apples is going to stay back for this fight.
Okay.
At least for now.
He's gonna hold.
Apples is like, I didn't hear anything. Blaskin.
I think
And
you
keep in
already
mind,
know what I'm gonna do.
You're still targeting yourself and Lucky. And you are also 25 feet away from the edge of this map.
I think you already know what I'm gonna do. I'm about to fill up with combat.
Blight!
tracker.
Bears!
He's gonna fill up the combat tracker with dead people.
It's the monkey squad.
I'm
Monkey
definitely
squad.
gonna conjure animals.
Oh.
It's the monkey squad.
Hey,
Yep.
with a monkey.
Uh-huh.
Like you
What
knew
are
it
you,
was
what are you
gonna happen.
conjuring?
For.
4 gorillas. Give me the usual,
Alright.
boss.
Give me the usual.
They're just gorillas, right?
Yeah.
Got the
apes.
strength of 5 gorillas.
Oh, ape. Oh, okay. Can I right-click to... Nope, I can't. I was gonna see, can I, like, make 4 of these automatically?
You need to just make an encounter for his
Yes,
stuff, so when
I-
you just click it to add to combat tracker.
That would be hilarious.
No, that's gonna be a lot faster, actually. I'm doing that now.
Oh, okay, cool.
I wasn't
Hold
saying
on.
it to be funny. It's like that. As much as you use that, throw in an encounter.
Blaskins, apes. Ape,
Then you can name them and they'll stay that way too.
or... Oh, that's right. Oh, shoot. What was your first mate again that I came up with and now can't think?
The
Bartholomew.
Sarah, Bartholomew, and the twins, because we didn't. I wanted the guy in the crow's nest and the guy in the cargo hold, and we just cannot remember their names.
I'll go back and find the notes and we can I'll update the encounter. Riveting stuff. Okay. Locked. They are friendly. Foont. And then they operate on their own initiative, right?
Yes.
Okay. So where are you summoning them into the space here? Because you're still not on the map.
I'm gonna go ahead and summon them. I suppose it has to be a space that I can see, huh? I'm gonna do
So
this
you guys
then.
You guys are at the exit from the hidden pathway. So that's why I'm
Okay.
saying everyone's still about 25 feet off this map, because you were waiting to hear for Will's signal, and
Okay.
otherwise stay out of sight.
Uh,
But you can see to the upper right-hand corner where Will is. Like, you can see him.
all right. I'm
And
gonna
you
summon
just
them.
kind of
in
watched
that,
him.
in that area. How do I ping?
Can't. You can
Oh.
just draw like right click, go to pointers, and then like maybe a circle or an arrow, whatever you want to use.
Okay, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Because you have, what, 60 feet of range to cast these?
I think it's 100 actually.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah,
Is
it's quite a bit.
Summon animal or
BRB.
conjure spirit or what is it?
Conjure animals.
Oh, there it is. I can see it in your character sheet. Range 60 feet.
60. Okay. I'm gonna put them right here in that formation, kind of spread out.
10, 20, 25. Okay, yeah, that's... I don't think that northern one is within your line of sight based on the corner you guys are standing around.
Alright. We'll put them right here.
So I'll just-
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
They'll be able to use their movement to get them where I need them to be anyway.
They'll be able to unga bunga.
How'd you know that?
All right, Will. So, a little bit of kind of electrical green energy just starts to fizzle in a couple spots in front of you, and then suddenly a kind of thump of magical displacement drops 4 familiar-looking apes in a nice defensive line in front of you.
Oh, let me make sure I hit my spell slot. Gotta make sure I do that.
And then I think if I'd then drag these guys to Blaskin's token, and you get control of them, or
Yes.
a sheet for them,
I
something
believe
like
so,
that.
yes.
So there.
Wow, my screen is very full. Let me tell you.
That's what you get for summoning 4.
Brandon is like, you get what you deserve.
You get what you fucking deserve.
You think
Brandon.
your screen's full?
Yeah, Brandon's all like, you know what? I wish that you had like 8 of them. How would you like it then?
No,
Don't
I really
tempt
don't.
me.
Don't. No, shut up, Nick.
Like, Nick, you realize when I get a 5th level slot, I can do that.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. Conjure animals
So-
gets more powerful with bigger slots.
Guess who's not getting levels?
Alright, everybody but Blaskin goes to level 8. What did I do? You summon the gorillas again.
Some of them
Every
one
time you
more
do that, I push
goddamn
back your
time.
level up another session.
All right. So that was your action. Are you making any movements? Are you staying off the map? What's up?
I think I'm actually going to move up.
Okay.
I need to... I hate maneuvering these maps. Maneuvering these maps is not fun.
So
But I'm going to move up to
that's-
about right here.
Yeah. So where I just dropped you, that's 30 feet of movement from where you started.
Never mind. I'm not going to move right to there because I'm exhausted and tired now. How do I delete that?
Where is? Yeah, I don't have a. Oh, I can just here. I can make it go away. There. I like that there's an accept move button, but there isn't a no.
Yeah.
That brings us to Lucky then.
Okay, so I'm going to move just onto the map because I have 25 foot of movement.
Mm-hmm.
I pull a little stick out of my pocket. And I make everything nice and toasty about right there.
I like that Lucky's on a line.
All right. So one thing I would point out, based on your line of sight and how far back you are on this upper level, you can't see any of the ground level critters.
I don't have
Yeah.
to see them.
Oh.
I
Are
just
you
need
just-
to make the top part of the ball, the sphere that I'm forming, envelop the mind flare,
Okay.
and the rest will go down. Unless he's so
Okay.
far up, he's above there, that more than 20 foot high up.
No, he's about 20 feet off the ground.
Like a ding dong.
Holy.
Holy shit.
Like,
Oh
and his
my.
eyes get real big. I'm like, whoa, I've never used this. That was awesome.
How many points did you put into that?
That's a wand, dude.
Right, but I mean,
I
is
just,
8d6 the initial?
Yes,
cast?
your base spell is 8d6. I didn't pump any extra into it.
Wow. Mind Flayer save, dropped 5. Okay, so it saved success, so it took half?
Yeah, it already figured that in. Because if you look at his damage,
Okay.
18.
Yep. Got it. There was a lot of volume of text there, so I was just tracking through.
Of course, the one I really wanted to take all the damage, he saves. And I don't have any portents to say, no, you don't. 18,
okay.
9, 3, 13, 18.
Okay, so 1 sec. So it makes a save for half. But I want to say...
Unless there was other stuff in
never
the
mind.
area that we couldn't see, then they take damage too.
No, Will actually basically revealed every single thing. And yeah, so I saw magic resistance on the sheet, but that just gives the advantage on saving throws. That's not half damage. Okay.
That's probably why it made it. You got to roll 2 dice.
Okay, so nope, hold on. Getting messaged here.
My God.
The good news is you roasted an intellect devourer and 2 gray dwarves. Bad news is you also hit 3 locals.
You did what?
Oops.
Who are who are moving something along the tracks right there, and only Will has seen everything down below. So you hear you hear a cacophony of screams in that explosion.
Don't worry about it, Lucky.
I drop a pocket sausage on the ground for our dead homies.
Pour one out.
Wait, Will has the desert cordial. He would like to pour one out.
Yeah, Will, I think that going off, you're the only one who's quite aware what some of the collateral damage could have been.
Yep.
But that's just coming to fruition right now. That's okay. So, that being that, Grimlock 11. Is also going to spend its... Oh, what's this note? Man, all these things have abilities. Oh, okay. Now it doesn't matter. It's coming around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming up the ramp. This guy's toast. Tony, your turn.
Oh no. It's my turn.
It's okay. Lucky's got a Scorched Earth campaign. It's just we're gonna glass this entire mine.
Man. Should rename Lucky to the Covenant. Thank you. Thank you.
So-
the only other person who's played Halo.
I think that's the first damage spell Lucky's ever thrown that wasn't a firebolt. It was a big firebolt.
I think
Well,
yeah,
am
I think
I
you're
allowed-
right.
Didn't you fireball those giants like 2 months ago, also known as 3 sessions?
Did I use it then? Because I was thinking this may be the first time I've ever used it. I don't remember. If I did use it on them, this is the second time I've used the one.
I don't know if we actually went through with it or if you changed your mind on something else. I know it was discussed.
I feel like yeah, it had to come up because I was asking how strong you wanted to make the fireball. That, I mean, it's come up as a question at least once before. Anyway, Tony, you are 25 feet off the map. There's some stuff starting to go down in the room. Uh-oh. She's gonna throw a fireball. Okay, remember, I
Can you
only pay
put-
you if you kill all of them.
Right. Can you put everyone on the tracker for me? Or like on the map, I mean?
You can also control-click them in the tracker if you want to select.
Yes, I know, but I want to see where everyone's at.
This is where everyone's gotten to so far. You guys are you and Flint are still back at the exit from the hidden pathway.
How far would that be for me to get to at least behind Lucky and Blaskin?
25 feet.
Mm,
So you
Okay,
could
I'll
could
do-
grab that corner spot if you wanted to.
yeah, okay, I'll do that. Cool. So I wanna do bless, but can I do it as like
Bless the gorillas. Do it. You know you want to.
no, I don't.
Hashtag bless the gorillas.
Hashtag bless the gorillas. Oh no! Now there's the commission we need.
Bless up for Harambe.
Terrible. I'll do a level. I'll do level 2, bless, so I can add our friend Flint to it too.
Yeah, because he's still within range behind you. Pretty sure. You got it.
Mm. And then I can't really do much else from there. Oh wait, yeah I can. Wait, where's my thing to close it out? So then... what is it gonna do? I want to cast
For your bonus, you mean?
spiritual weapon, yes.
So unfortunately, that's a high enough
Oh,
level
it's also a
spell.
spell.
Yeah. If it was a
Never
cantrip, I'd let you.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, I'm done.
Cool. All right, Bart.
He's gonna chuck a rock. Also, I don't have his page.
I gave you 4 pages.
I don't have any of them on my screen.
What filled up your screen before?
Combat checker map and my thing. I was worried it was gonna be full, but then I never got those pages.
Can you double click on them? If I double click on them, I can open their sheet.
Yeah, just double click Bartholomew in the tracker. You
Oh.
should be able to get actions.
Okay, yeah, I got them.
Cool.
Or at least on the map you can. I don't know about the combat tracker.
Alright, Bartholomew is gonna make his 50, 20, what does it mean 25, 50 feet range?
That
Short.
is... Yeah. At 50... Is it at 50 it's done at disadvantage or something?
Yes.
So Bartholomew's
I'm
gonna walk out onto this dock looking thing right here. He's gonna pick up a boulder on the way, big rock, and he's gonna
So-
hurl it at the Mind Flayer.
So the northern pier?
Yes.
Okay, so like right there.
Yeah. Yep, that's
Got it.
enough. And he's gonna just wing like a solid 20-pound rock at him.
Yeah, there's plenty of rubble around. He can grab something off the floor there.
I don't think you grabbed enough.
Accidentally throws it backwards and hits you.
Fuck! I can't believe it.
That's the
he's
signal.
over one. Oh no!
He's not within 30 foot of me. I can't help him.
Oh no! Oh, all right. Well, between this combat and the last one, the gorillas are not going to be coming out that much anymore.
Now that they have their own encounter that I can drop in.
Yeah, sorry.
He hurls it and just goes tumbling off the end.
He's gonna hit another local.
No! That's worse! Bartholomew's like an immortal. I can always resummon him, but I can't bring people back from the dead.
No, okay, he misses a very shocked dwarf who didn't get hit by a fireball.
Well, that was really disappointing.
Good job, Bart.
I thought I was being clever by making a line of rock pelting gorillas, but on the other hand, no, it wasn't clever at all, apparently.
This one also disappears.
So I tried to look up blessed gorillas. I didn't get anything, so I went with Gorilla Priest, and I found this.
Gorillas with the Z, like the band.
No.
Gorillas in the mist. In the
That's pretty
midst.
good.
Actually, let me do something that came earlier. Now that I see how this works, I need to... There we go. So yeah, he disappeared. Nope, you're dead. Torched. Cinders. Flint.
I'm gonna do that thing where I get in bonking distance.
Okay. So you can get just to the map with your speed. So are we dashing to get closer, or?
Absolutely.
Okay, so that can probably get you 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that could get you right up behind Will, for example, or anywhere like along that line.
How far is that drop off the?
Where the hoists are?
Yeah.
That's a good 20 feet. You're familiar with the area.
I mean, wouldn't I then rather be where I have to walk down and not break my legs? Hypothetically speaking, of course.
I didn't know how eager you were to get into bonking range.
I mean,
I was imagining a cool scenario where you run off Bartholomew's back and just sail across the open space and clobber him with your hammer.
listen.
You ever seen Rain of
But
Fire
you do you.
where Matthew McConaughey leaps through the air with the axe?
Oh man!
the way-
I know
the way
exactly
things
what
are
you're
going
talking
right now. I don't think that's a real possibility. I think I'm just gonna jump off and land on one of my kin and break their spine or something. That was my turn.
Yep. Mind Flayer's turn.
Ba-ba-bum.
Let's see. I need to draw a cone.
Here it comes. I was waiting for that one.
Holy crap! That's a big cone.
Yup.
Let me double check what he's doing. One sec.
That's a big cone, and I just imagine he's getting like a huge ice cream. It's like a foot tall, and we're all sitting there like, holy crap! How are we ever gonna
Dude.
fight that? Look at all that ice cream. We'll get brain freeze so quick, we'll never compete.
Wait, I can't see how big it is. Okay. Yep. Nope. That's still 60.
Damn.
That'll work. That'll work. You clever folks up in the corner, you.
Well, that's kind of you painting us into a quarter, literally.
Yeah, I know.
It's your own fault. Your own hubris.
Why couldn't everyone have Will's back and show up right behind him as he charged into battle? I'm just
I tried.
saying.
You told me I didn't have enough movement.
Who lets him run out invisible and just start combat, really?
Everybody.
That would be all of us.
It's like half the places you guys have gone, Will has just kind of wandered off on his own and been like, well, here we go.
the same people who allowed him to invisibly Pied Piper everyone away from the mine entrance.
Wow, targeting 6 people. Well,
This is gonna
Including apes.
hurt. Ape Squad.
Yeah, I don't think they actually survived this, unfortunately.
Will makes his save. Flint doesn't. 3 apes
I
don't.
like that 0 save on 2 of them.
They are not having a good day.
Oh man.
I barely saved.
Oof. Okay, so
What the hell? 26. Wait, 26 damage. Damn.
That was
yeah,
every
that's-
gorilla except one.
Oh, so if it's a save for completely.
Captain
Saver
succeeded.
suck.
Yeah, Captain.
Oh yeah, if you make the save, you take no damage whatsoever.
Oh, that's amazing.
Cool.
Probably because if you fail, you're also stunned for 1 minute unless you save.
Yeah. Did that apply? It didn't. Okay, so Flint, sorry, you're also stunned.
No big deal. I didn't expect to get anything done anyway.
Flint saved, didn't he?
Nope.
No, he didn't.
Oh, that sucks.
Will saved.
Yeah.
I don't have my bonus to saves right now.
And that was even using your bless. You rolled a 4 on your bless.
If he had his
But you
aura, he
rolled
would
a
have just
6.
made it.
I mean, if I had an aura, I'd get plus
3.
3.
Yeah, you would have just made it. Oh man. Okay, so they're the very pissed off mind flayer just kind of tenses up in their core, and then you see them kind of lean towards the group on the balcony there, and there's just this bizarre echoey scream that you do your best to try to like cover your ears, but you know it's not based on your hearing so much. Will, you just focus as intently as possible and manage to shake yourself from the kind of I can't think of a good word for it. Intense experience. And Flint just getting into the space and taking in all of the anxiety of witnessing your city like this. It's just you aren't quite ready to put up a mental block, and you just like you feel a little bit crippled, and then you're stuck, just trying to catch your breath. After all of that, 3 of the ape crew just like double over in pain and collapse and just kind of dissipate with that same kind of crackly green energy. But the captain's holding strong.
Did you click the on the mind flayer sheet? I'm not sure if it should, or look on yours. It should show that it was used.
Yep, it happened automatically.
Because on its next turn, it will automatically throw a D6 to see if it recharges if it shows where it's used.
Yeah, it shows used.
Okay, cool.
When I first rolled the save, it automatically did the.
I thought it did. Just want to make sure because I've had mine on like dragon breaths and shit for a recharge for some reason not take.
Yeah. Oh, and it shows under effects recharge 5 mind blast. So yeah.
Yeah. So it'll automatically throw the D6, and if it's a 5 or 6, you can use it again.
Cool. So that was a fun action. I've never drawn a 60-foot cone before.
It's a big cone.
Lot less apes to keep track of. That's yeah. There's some other fun stuff in this list too, man. But that is. Wow, he has a horrible initiative roll. He's at the bottom of the list. Just double checking based on.
That's why you go random.
Levitation movement is an action, right? You can't just use your movement to float in a direction.
Levitate is up and down.
Oh man. Okay. Well,
unless he's got like a wall to like pull himself along or something, or the ceiling.
Right, but so he's maintaining concentration on levitation, but I couldn't move him 30 feet horizontally.
No, not unless he's got a wall or something to propel himself, because levitate is strictly up and down.
So for him to move, he would need to be on the ground.
Yes, or some other form. Like I say, if there was a wall, he could put his hands on to like pull himself along, or the ceiling, some means of propulsion.
Cool. So after releasing that, he just kind of does this creepy hand crawl along the cave wall up here on the north. And
whoa, oh man, what's the movie? Crap.
Yeah, that one
with the possessed girl.
The Exorcist.
The Exorcist. Getting some Exorcist vibes here.
A bit. And as it's crawling along, hand over hand, just up here, 20 feet off the ground, you know, kind of your where you operate, Will.
Yeah.
You all hear. And that's the end of his turn. Will, it's back to you.
Damn. Just outside my speed. I can't quite get to him to be able to. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, Brandon.
Sir.
Can I run, jump, and land on the wall right there?
Yeah. Let's give me
I'd like to draw
give me a
my-
dex. Give me a dex check.
I'd like to draw my swords, run at this motherfucker, land next to him on the wall, and attack him.
Sounds like some acrobatics.
I don't know if
you
he
just
gets a
said-
bonus there.
just straight up, you wanted a dex check?
Yes. Yeah, his acrobatics is a dex check, so.
Okay. +7. That saves me.
Oh, right, because you have your proficiency bonus as well.
Yep.
Okay. I'll say. Yeah, you're. Wait, where's your movement? You can't move 35 feet.
No, I can move 30. He's 35 feet from me.
Okay. Yeah,
So
I was
30.
looking for an accept move. In like a cool Inception style scenario here, Will runs out along the gangplank, leaps off to the side of the hoist, and pivots in midair. As he's drawing his swords, he just doesn't quite time it well enough to where he can land flat-footed. So you kind of end up in this weird, like, crouch position on the wall with the shoes. So I think that's just going to... Hold on. You have, at this point... Yeah, that's going to cost you one of your attacks to kind of right yourself and
Okay.
do anything in
So-
melee.
So would that cost for my bonus action attack then?
Well, so you have two
'Cause I have
attack
multi-
actions.
I have a multi-attack for my attack.
Hold on, let me.
Right, your
double-check
action
this.
would be to attack. You're just saying because
Yeah.
of the recovery, it's eating up one of
Yeah.
the attacks of the action.
Yeah, it basically ate your extra attack.
Okay, so I can still do one regular attack and one bonus action attack.
Correct. Yes,
Okay,
because that's to swing both weapons, right? Your bonus is to swing your offhand.
Yes.
correct.
Yep, you're good.
Okay, then I will do so. And Red Dawn will become Primal Sun.
You.
Go ahead. Will you go ahead and mark
That's a
that
b-
real quick?
That's your bonus then.
Oh, is that a bonus?
Yeah, to light it up is a bonus and a point.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll do that. So
Okay,
I will
cool.
get one attack with Primal Sun.
Did you throw?
I'm looking for it. Where?
It should be under your actions. There should be a transform.
All right, I've placed the effect on me.
Yep, you're good.
All right.
That's a solid hit. That is a busy action, by the way. So you run, you flip out, you kind of land sideways, crumple down a little bit, stand back up. As you do, the blade like flares with red energy and grows in size and all the words I was about to use there were so euphemistic. So you swing a much more severe weapon.
Penetrates his moist flesh.
Nice solid damage hit too, except those ones. So yeah, you carve a good chunk of this guy's torso.
Yeah, I rolled 4 d6s, and I rolled 2 1s for two of them.
Uh-huh.
What the hell?
Uh-huh.
That's bullshit.
Also, your D4 from your bless was also a 1 in the hit, but
Yes.
darn, it only pushed you from a 25 to a 26. Jeez. All right, nice. Oh boy, this one. He's... what is this? 10 feet. Okay, so... running. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's able to run around to about... yeah, about there. So he's rapidly skittering up the path towards the crew. But that's his turn. The captain's still alive.
Captain Crunch.
Captain Sarah. Captain
Hi.
Crush.
Aye, aye, Captain. I can't hear you.
Blaskin, what's your solitary ape gonna do?
I think Captain Sarah. Well, I know these guys, intellect devours, have resistance to physical damage, so I'm probably gonna have her move up to here and then chuck a. What's the distance on that? Oh, that'll be a disadvantage, but I don't really have. Well, I can move her up more. Probably have her move up to right in front of the intellect devourer,
Okay.
and then chuck a rock actually at Grimlock 11.
And it'll be a disadvantage
Will it?
because you're
you're in
doing a
melee
ranged
range.
attack in melee range of another enemy.
Oh, I did not know that.
So if you step back,
It's okay.
that-
Apes aren't that intelligent.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine.
Oh my god. I'm still catching up on the memes in Discord here.
And chuck a rock. Oh, it's a disadvantage though. Let me do that again with disadvantage.
you just roll
Or
another.
just roll again.
Roll another one.
Oh dear.
That's a 1.
Two
Well-
apes, 2 1s.
Yeah.
Yep, I think we're shelving the gorillas for a while.
Just pick it
It's
up.
okay, I
Yeah.
already did that for you.
Yeah, I should have summoned the giant boar. I knew I should have.
To be fair,
All right.
he did roll the 7 first, but that got dropped.
Let's see, movement of 30. So he's going to scramble up the rock pile here. But it's rough terrain, so he's going to get about there in total. Yeah, doesn't have a good ranged attack, I guess. Darn spiked bone club not being an arrow or something. Movement. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is Apple still just kind of hanging back in the chimney? Blaskin, you're up again.
I don't think this is going to be as effective as I want it to be either, but I'm going to move up to here. And I'm going to hope for the best, because we're going to go ahead and hit the blight on the Mind Flayer.
Ooh. What does that do again?
A lot of
Lot of
damage.
damage.
8d8.
Necromantic, range 30 feet. Okay, cool. It's not a touch.
No.
I'm confusing that with Tony's ass spank from hell.
Alright, it's a con save. I don't know that much about Mind Flayers. I know they do mindy stuff. I don't know if they do conny stuff. We're about to find out.
They're gonna take your money.
Okay, so
Oh,
it saves.
Boo. So half damage, right?
It'll
Uh,
automatically do it.
Okay, cool. 19. Actually, still not terrible.
Yeah, you actually see it kind of tense and pull into itself a minute as it's like it's focusing on trying to shield from the magic effect, but it does still get through its magical resistance a bit and
Man, he's kind of
Leaves
like
a mark.
Save. That was going to be a really bad time if he did not save that.
Yeah, he's looking, pretty harried at this point. Oh, and wait, you 19 damage, huh? Wow, I'm really annoyed actually that I didn't have like auto concentration checks on here. So his stats. Nope. He falls.
Yeah. Hehe, suck it.
How far up was
So about 20 feet off the ground. So that's a d6 for every 10
he?
feet.
2d6.
Death by fall damage.
A whopping 6 damage.
It's more damage than I've done this whole combat. Don't worry. Gravity out DPSing me.
Does that provoke an attack of opportunity?
Ooh. Yeah.
Uh,
I want to say yes, but I think just the acceleration due to gravity is much faster than someone trying to hoof it out of your general range.
I would say it probably wouldn't also because you can't use it's involuntary movement, not voluntary.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would even say that like being able to take an attack of opportunity is like your opponent gives you some sort of cue that they're moving, which you then. So
well, you
clearly...
can't AOP on involuntary movement.
Exactly. Like he's.
Will, why don't you try to catch
expecting
him? Jesus.
I'll catch him on my sword.
I mean, it was really going to be cool if Will like got an opportunity attack with Primal Sun and crit, but no, he's just going to fall and take 6 damage instead.
I grab him, hold him by his hand, then I let him go.
I do the most damage I could possibly do. I give him hope and then take it away.
I whip him
I
at
do the most
ground
damage I
real
could possibly
hard.
do. You lean in and whisper in his ear, "You peaked years ago."
I was just thinking I whip my Mind Flayer back and forth.
I lean and I whisper the worst words that anyone ever wants to hear.
Are there
I
any
want a
other
divorce.
targets that I can't see in my range?
Damn it, yes. Here. Three fails and a success. I love the instant death.
Boom!
I sent a halfling in with a rocket launcher. You guys didn't need the antimatter rifle.
Yeah, the antimatter launcher.
I mean, if you wouldn't give it back to us anyway.
So another whoops.
Well, now that I know what to look for, let me go see if I can find it again.
So a bead of red energy again kind of flies over Flint's head and lands in the center of this group coming up the ramp, and then just another massive explosion of fire erupts around the area. And I never got the chance to devour anybody's brain, but the other intellect devourer is toast, along with the guy climbing the hill and the other sightless critter. And this guy actually, yeah, he should drop invisible. The Dwergar that was coming up the ramp is now very hastily trying to put out the remnants of fire that are still on parts of him, as looking very charred, very surprised.
Well, he's still invisible. We just see like black smoke like drifting up in the middle of nothing.
No, I think if he took damage, that was gonna cause the invisibility to fade. I can double check that.
Check.
He did?
I'm gonna say if it's concentration as well. Unless it's unless it's on there, I don't remember for them specifically if it's just a trait or if it's actual the spell effect.
Oh yeah, you're right. Or until its concentration is broken. Until it attacks, casts a spell, uses. Okay, so wait, they can do what? That's cool. Sorry, there's a lot of abilities on some of these sheets. So then he needs.
Just needs a 10.
That was 25 damage. So he's got to
He
beat.
saved, didn't he?
He saved and took 25 damage.
No. Where's? I thought he took 11. Was that someone else that saved? No, it says damage 25
yeah,
heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, he failed his save. He's just
Okay.
still alive.
So then, yeah, so his save is going to be 10
Against
or
13?
half damage. Yeah, so
Yeah, so 13. Never mind.
you see some
Still
smoke
invisible.
floating there.
Yeah, you see some rapid action or flailing flames and smoke and little bits of char just kind of floating in space. Okay, so that comes to nope, he's dead. Tony.
My turn again.
Yes.
Okay.
Man, I remember when this board was littered with dudes.
May still be. We can't see it.
It's
I mean,
littered with some bodies. That's a save. That's a save. Okay.
If I hit with a sacred flame, there's a chance I'd hit Captain, wouldn't it?
Hold on, that thing's dead.
The 2 targets down there are dead that you can see.
Yeah, let me find this other guy, also dead. Sorry, I was cleaning them up as it reached their turn, but I hadn't come back around to the top of the list.
Okay. Okay, well, I take back my movement. Let's see. I guess I put myself over there.
I'm just not caring about half tiles today.
Let's see. Do I want to risk it
For the
for
biscuit.
that biscuit? I was on my way to say that.
We're so, what's the word I'm looking for?
Two.
Yeah, all of those. No, never mind. It's too late. It'll come to me later.
Can't do it. Not the button I wanted to press. Dang. Okay.
He still has that focus and resistance up.
I mean, I tried. Now I'll cast my spiritual weapon.
Yeah, you can do that, right? Because Sacred Flame was a cantrip. Yep.
Yeah, so I do that.
Okay, where do you want spiritual weapon to coalesce?
We'll do my scythe again.
Right. I'm sorry. Where?
Where? How far away can I do it?
I want to say it's 60 feet of range.
So I'll do it like on, like right
Yeah.
there.
Okay. Is this a level 2 or level 4? You're out of level 2
Ooh.
spell slots.
Well, yeah, because I just used my level 2 to do it.
Oh, okay. So you were already checking that off. Gotcha.
Yeah, so I already checked it off. So can increase your damage for every 2 slots above the. Okay, fuck it. I'll do 4th level.
Cool.
What's your domain?
Yeah.
Life, I think.
Life.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means then when you roll damage for this guy,
It's a plus 1.
you increase another D8. So when you grab the damage button, I think. Let me open this up.
On it.
Yeah, if you grab it and then right click, you'll get another D8 ready to roll. But first you do have to hit.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
go for it. Swing the scythe. See what you do.
Cool. Let me just find it.
This time when it kind of busts out in like this radiant yellow-orange light, it's got like more jagged kind of teeth along the edge of the scythe, and the haft looks like much like built out of like steel plates instead of just like a nice wooden pole.
So that hits, right?
That's a hit, so you get to roll it with the level 4 damage. Oof. It was a good attempt, though. I mean, yeah, everything counts, so. Nice,
Still more damage.
Oh.
Give it one whole turn and it'll also have gotten to move more than me. This
if you break your stun. Okay.
This is +4 coming from.
Flint, it's your turn. So I guess you get to roll against the stun.
Great. What am I
That
rolling?
was a. Let me check. That was a DC of.
Is there a button that you just click on an effect on my character?
So the stunned effect is on your character, but I don't know if the save against it is.
You can just do the attack against him
Automatic.
again, the roll. You don't have to do the damage, just do the roll.
Oh. Okay. So still targeting Flint. If I find Mind Blast. There we go. Intelligence save. Okay, cool. You break your stun.
Rad.
That's at the end of your turn, though, so you're still
Yes,
done.
it is. Yes, I am.
But you are no longer stunned.
Great. I can't wait.
Oh.
Don't do it
Oh,
again.
wait. No,
Beg
no.
you.
Will. Oh, damn. Will's 20 feet up. Oh, man.
Will is 20 feet up and on a wall.
Uh-huh.
You can't
I
kiss
was,
him
I
from
was
that
almost going
distance.
to be able to, yeah. That could have been... Oh, did he roll? Nope, does not recharge his Mind Blast. Dang.
Give me a smooch.
You don't want him smooching you, dude. You do not want that.
Yeah, did you want an intelligence below, too? Because I have a quick way to do that.
I want. I would like for him to smooch the end of my blade.
And by smooch, I means that it goes through him.
Yes.
What if... Huh. Cast time, one action. I think it might be time. Looking pretty rough. He's going to pull a bizarrely shaped metal rod from within his robes. And Will, you're going to start to see his form kind of waver and kind of in and out of material space. And he's going to plane shift out.
Deuces.
You gonna stop him?
Fuck. I mean, if he plane shifts before I can move, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, it's a single action to cast.
You know what sucks is he's out of my line of sight, or I would stop him.
As he
Quick, Will, use your counter spell. Oh.
As he plane shifts.
Counter charm.
As he plane shifts, before he hang on, he speaks a language I don't speak, right? I can't, like, anytime he's spoken or said anything, it's just been like.
He's spoken common to you telepathically.
Oh, that's right, telepathically. I say to him as he fades, I say, "You would, bitch."
And then there's just kind of weird, and the air kind of claps in around the space he used to be.
Damn,
and
he didn't fall for it.
He
What are you,
disappears.
Chicken McFly? That's too late.
Disappears from the space.
And there was nothing
Get
that could have been
messages.
done.
Yeah, phone down here.
He said, I am not on call this weekend. Fuck off.
No, apparently my eldest is still awake.
Dad, can I have ice cream?
You can have the opposite of ice cream if I still catch you awake at this hour.
Wow, you suck. It's a weekend, bro.
Hey, I'm in my 30s and I'm up at 1:15 local time, and that's already pushing because of how early I have to get up with the dog.
I mean, that sounds like a little bit of a personal problem.
Yup. Don't get a dog if you can't do the responsibility.
If you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding.
How can you have any
How can
pudding
you
if
have
don't
your
eat
pudding?
meat? Beat you to it.
Here, what? 1 second, I'll be right back.
Okay. Will shouts up to everyone. Does anybody know how to plane shift?
I am going to be getting off of the ground.
Oh yeah, I totally know that. Sure, 100%. I'll get right on that for you. Psych.
Taskim has installed a sarcasm unit.
So-
Yeah, actually, Will gave it to him. It was included in the mossy rock.
I hate that rock now.
Shoot, I don't know who here has seen DBZA, but I love that moment when 17 says, "I didn't know you could do sarcasm. I'm not programmed for sarcasm." The implication being that he's learning sarcasm all on his own. He's just like, "I'm proud of you, man."
I remember that.
That's a great moment. I am not programmed for sarcasm. I'm proud of you, man.
When will we get to kill Son Goku?
And then DBZA was canceled forever.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the fight is over. For
We still
now.
got invisible dudes.
I'm back.
Nah. Howdy. We were concerned about you.
Nope, just parenting. Nothing to be concerned about.
Very concerning.
So... Yeah, he disappeared. Will, it came back around to you.
All right.
And
Did I see any indication of any more invisible enemies?
You noticed the weird actions of some smoke trying to put itself out across
where
the way
is-
down on
yeah.
the ramp.
Uh,
Kind of
yeah, can I get like a general vicinity of said smoke?
there-ish.
Okay.
At the end of the arrow, not the beginning.
Okay. Well, let me just do a quick. Let me draw something real quick. Let's see.
Oh, don't you dare.
Right about there. Okay. Oh, that's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's see. Where'd my character sheet go? I lost it. There it is.
Well, Will's dead then.
Mhm. Do I waste my second level spell slot on that? Nah, I'm not gonna waste my spell slot on that. Oh crap! I closed the map. Whoops. Hang on a sec.
Right.
Dunmorrow Mines. There we go. Yep. Pointers. Remove pointer, not close window. Got it. Shit.
Anyway.
I guess will just go down the wall. I guess 20 feet, and then
Okay.
10 feet. You know, screw it.
Three-
We'll run. We'll run. We'll just go 60 feet. And I'll get to about there.
Cool. As you pass by the rail line coming out of that northern mine shaft, there are the three bodies of the dwarves scattered from the fireball blast. By the way.
Oof. Any of them breathing?
You moved and dashed. Give me a perception check.
What do my elven eyes see?
Well, that was a natural 20.
Oh shit.
One does seem to be struggling to breathe, but is not just flat out dead.
Okay. Makes me feel a little bit better.
Very damaged.
Aye, Captain.
Captain Sarah! Do we still have a Scott?
She's still here, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, the intellect devourer got roasted in front of her.
That's a good question. There's nothing that a gorilla would see in this area.
Mm-hmm.
Is something smoking or attempting to not smoke?
I don't trust that a gorilla would be smart enough to. But, well, actually, intelligence 6. Maybe that's not the worst.
Come on, we team.
There are players that roll
Gorilla
less
ASL.
intelligence than that.
Okay, give Captain Sarah an intelligence roll.
Okay, cool. I'm down.
Check
actually.
not safe.
One.
That's a
Oh my
15.
That fucking gorilla's insane.
Yeah, actually, Captain Sarah's pretty smart. It's the same. She
That's
rolls
why
a
she's
1
the
on
captain.
everything.
She knows there's something still afoot down the ramp. That's the best she gets, based on the DC of what she was trying to do and the fact that she has an intelligence of 6.
Blindly throw a rock at it.
Just fucking smokes Will in the back of the head with a fucking brick. Oh, that would actually be funny. I think she's gonna sniff in the direction of the smoke and run down there, using a dash.
Okay. So the smoke was here?
Ish.
Yeah, Will's trying to get there. Will's not next to it.
Okay. Well,
It's that black arrow at the bottom of the purple.
Your colors suck for marking stuff.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
is
So
that,
you
is that my
actually
dice
go
colors?
around.
Yeah.
Not that direction.
There, the green
Let
circle.
me do.
Yeah, I see it. My map actually sometimes it zooms in too much and I can't see anything. It's really quite annoying. And I don't know how to delete my movement thing.
There, now it's gone.
Well, alright, she's gonna make her way over here then. It's gonna be more like this plus that.
Okay.
And she's gonna ready a rock throw action at whatever enemy pops up next.
Okay.
Alright, let's go to the other animal left on the team.
So this one is this. Oh yeah, that's a list of actions. Okay. Oh cool. What's this? Advantage on saves against blah blah blah. Okay. Let me wait. Hold on. Double check this something. I might need to resurrect like 3 different creatures. They might not have all gotten fireballed to death. I'll have to remember that later.
Sweat's nervous.
They get advantage on saving throws against spills.
Well,
well.
that should already take that into account. It automatically throws 2 dice when you have that ability.
Oh, were they just really unlucky? They didn't. No, none of them rolled 2 dice against the fireballs. It was a dex save, but it was a spell. I don't know.
Still
Anyway.
should have done that. Have me target one and let me. I'll roll the dice to see if it throws it. Just do one though.
I mean, at this point, it's like I'm not going to retcon it. The fireball was fucking decimating, so. What did you want me to do?
Just target one. Don't reveal it. Just target one of them for me.
Oh, okay. So you. Here, let's target. There.
It's only throwing 1 dice. It should be throwing 2.
Huh.
I wonder if it's something because it's a wand programmed that way.
Oh.
Because it's.
Yeah, try just casting something.
Hang on, well, because it says fire, so that may find something out.
It only ever throws 1. That's crazy.
Huh.
Well,
I'll have to check into that. Because I know I've seen stuff like that throw 2 dice when I've GM'd before.
yeah, maybe it's just not written correctly for the parser to pick up on this particular class. I don't know. Either way, this is an action, not a bonus.
I'll have to untarget it. I don't have the ability to take the target off.
Oh, that's right. And I'm on you and not the thing I was looking at. Cool. He's going to... Is this... okay. So this guy's going to appear and throw a javelin at the captain.
Do I get my held action first?
Yes.
Cool.
Cool.
Gonna huck a rock. This guy's gonna get a rock. I don't know why I rolled 2. It didn't matter. Did I? Wait, why did
Disadvantage.
I roll 2? No, it should have been because I got.
Do you still have
19.
disadvantage turned on?
No, I don't have anything turned on.
What's it do?
He rolled a disadvantage against the. Oh, it's because he was invisible, but he's not invisible anymore. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
So
you got
then
your
I hit. All right,
19.
cool.
I mean, your 14 hit anyway. So.
Well, he's gonna get 1d6 plus 3. That's a 9.
That's enough.
And that brought him down. Nice.
So it appears out of nowhere, starts to reel back and get ready to throw a javelin, and takes a rock to the face. Just crumples. Very
So ready for that.
Crumples like a marshmallow you let burn too long in the campfire. By the way.
Unga bunga.
So that brings us to Apples continues to hang out completely outside of combat, just chilling. Blaskin, back to you.
All right. There are more things of smoke?
No. So
But there are still more invisible things?
I mean, there could be a million invisible things. They're invisible. You don't know.
Well, God, I hope not. That would be a fucking nightmare right now.
You thought you were done. No. You don't see anything currently in threatening range. Any like everything either got completely roasted or teleported itself away.
Okay, well, I'm gonna ready a fairy fire in case anything pops back up.
Okay, so you're holding fairy fire for anything that appears in visual range.
Yes.
Okay. Lucky, what would you like to do at this moment?
I'll run to there and then.
That also gives you visual range. I should say, anyone like Tony, Blaskin, Lucky, Will, you all see the casualties of the fireball as well.
Yes, he's gonna run out there and see it, and then like, actually one of the few times in his life, actually kind of get sick at his stomach to know that I fucked up. You know, because shit just happens around him, and everything always works out. But it's like, oh shit, I hurt people. So he's kind of like not his normal happy self after seeing this.
All right, so Lucky's having a moment on the end of the pier there.
Do we have our that was the last enemy that we are aware of, correct?
That is the last enemy you are aware of. This is a 6-second frame of time, so it's still kind of coming through the initiative order here.
Okay.
Tony.
Let's see. So recap me, I spaced out. What happened to the mind flayer?
The mind flayer fucked off. It's like, nope, I've dealt with enough. I've got the opportunity, and I'm out of line of sight of the person with counterspell. So, see ya.
Okay, so everything on the map is what we can see, right?
Yep. Oh, and here's some burned dwarves.
Are they dead, or just burned?
Roll me a medicine check.
He's burnt to a complete skeleton, but roll me a medicine check anyway.
I didn't have a better token. Okay, so you can tell, even from there, two of them are, just based on the amount of damage from the conflagration, are done. There is one that you can catch a little bit of like struggle and faint breath, still being, shallowly consumed. Right about there, which isn't a skeleton. I didn't have dead dwarves handy, so that's what you guys get for tokens.
Okay. I'm not necessarily close by to like make my way to him.
It's a her.
Okay, sorry. Excuse me.
No, I was
Because
just
can tell out
double-checking
of the
your
green
roll.
circle.
Yep. No, whether I should correct you or not, based on how well you rolled.
Okay. I guess I'll just start making my way over there and keep an eye out on anything else.
Okay,
And
so
then I'll
the
move.
direct path without like awesome acrobatic skills is going to be down the ramp and around,
Which is
down to the
Oh.
south. So everything in front of you is off a 20-foot drop.
cool. Fine, I'll make my way crossing down, and then I'll move my scythe somewhere down by Will.
Okay.
As
I
far
think
as
it can only
60
move. No, its movement on any given turn, I think, is less
Oh.
than the 60-foot range. I think it's like 20 feet.
Oh yeah, I'll just move it closer to Will then, because I'm trying to basically go down to any other things that are over there.
Gotcha. Okay, so Will, a massive, angry-looking ethereal scythe is chasing you.
Great.
Cool. So now that everyone is running down the ramp, this guy is going to reappear, not be invisible, but is going to be enlarged. And that takes its action, so it's going to square off against Captain for killing his brother. Flint, you're no longer stunned.
Oh shit! What happened? What the fuck did I just miss?
Oh, a guy appeared and enlarged.
Oh shit!
Is he that big green sphere?
What?
See that green sphere?
He's the icon in front of Captain.
I'd prefer it if he was that green sphere. He wouldn't be so close.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Can I do that?
You can race down there and then you're done. Okay, Will, back to you.
God damn it! How high is this wall right here?
That's only about 5 or 6 feet.
Okay, then does that mean that I can get to like the top of it, like right there?
Sure.
Yay!
$5.
Done.
Oh, and 24 is dead. I should remove him. What's up? What's... Oh, you moved your turn. Sorry, it's your ape's turn, Scott.
Alright, it's time for some monkey business. Sarah's gonna punch this guy twice.
Go for it.
Do I have that target? Yeah, I've got it. Okay. That's a 1. Sarah, you failed me. You failed me for the last time again.
She gets 2 attacks.
That's an 8. All right,
Wow.
well, unfortunately, Conjure Animals is fun for a while, but after once the
All right.
combat rating in CR starts going up a little bit, it starts to fall off.
So, what are you going to do now that your summoned animals have been useless?
What is the range on Fairy Fire? 60 feet. This dude is. Oh, I can actually
There's
just
the
Fairy
range.
Fire that guy from here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna Fairy Fire that dude. He's being a jerk about this whole thing,
A jerk butt.
and I'm gonna make him all sparkly. He rolled an 11.
He's
He
a
is Fairy
firework.
Fired.
He's supposed to be able to roll with advantage against spells.
Roll with
So make the roll one more time.
But I like that roll.
I know. Nope.
I don't like that one. Like nearly as much.
Sorry.
All right, that's my turn there.
Those darn gray dwarves being all resisty. What's Lucky do with his turn?
Actually, Lucky's he's kind of forgotten about what all's going on and just staring at the bodies of the dwarves.
Gotcha. Tony, there's a real big small guy at the end of that ramp now.
A real big small guy.
Yeah, they were small, but this one got bigger.
No, I know.
Yeah, you're a big small guy,
Let's see. I'm gonna go right in that corner.
Okay.
Nobody puts Mimi in the corner but Mimi.
She did, so don't worry about it.
Guys, I am going to have to bounce after we wrap combat here. We still got some stuff to take care of at the house, apparently.
Okay.
Cool.
Nope. Wait. Before you roll damage, make the cast one more time, because they've got spell resistance. Okay, cool. He fails. You get to roll damage. I think he might have to do a con save on that. Let me double check. Nope. It just lasts for a minute. Cool.
Okay,
nice.
I'm gonna move my thingy closer.
Your spiritual weapon.
Oh, yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20. Something like that?
Yeah.
Got it.
Oops,
Ah,
sorry. That was my bad.
Okay, so Boyo's gonna swing his war pick. Oh, cool! It gives me the damage when he's enlarged. That's awesome. At the cap and what killed his brother. Why is he Oh, don't target yourself with the war pick. That would be bad.
It totally deserved.
Oh, wow, that was a horrible roll. Well, never mind. That's his turn. Flint.
All right. We're gonna do that thing that I do.
Where he does damage.
Just
Here comes the
kidding.
one.
This is pretty basic stuff. Next thing you know, he's gonna say, "I smite."
I can't smite on a natural one.
Do you get an extra attack?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
you're 30 foot away from me, so I can't help you.
Oh my. Oh my. Hang in there, Flint. Hang in there. Will. Will, save us from this. Come on.
It was meant to be. You okay there, bro?
No.
There have been an astonishing number of times that ones have been rolled this session.
Yeah,
And not
this
a
is the
single
one that
20.
gets him.
Okay, beginning of my turn. Since my marked target has fucked off, I move the mark to.
Okay.
So that is my bonus action, which means that I only get the multi attack. I don't get my offhand attack.
What a tragedy.
I know. It's a damn shame. But it's still Primal Sun, which means more damage.
Oh, right, yeah. You
If
can roll.
I
Yeah,
can
sure
hit.
it do. Sure it does.
I need to hit though.
There you
Very
go.
well.
There's a hit. Woof.
That's
Man.
a good hit. And then real
Does that
quick,
include
let's go ahead and turn off. Hang on,
your
turn off
Slayer?
the Hunter's Mark. And let's use the Colossus Slayer. Oop. No, just a 1. Wow, that's a lot of 1s.
Holy God.
It's heavy damage, though.
Uh,
Suffering.
yep. And then I use my action surge. I'm just kidding.
Captain.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Gorilla.
Hee hee. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun,
sorry,
dun.
I was out of it for a second there. I'm getting real tired too.
Yep.
All right, Sarah is just gonna keep doing what she was doing. Do the gorilla thing.
Fisting.
Gorilla's not. Please don't.
Fisting.
That's a nat 20. We got a nat 20 finally, everybody.
Holy
Gorillas are
shit,
back
it's
on the
over.
map.
Give him a piston fisting.
10. Ah, she killed it.
Oh, man. All right. Sorry. So, Captain Sarah with the critical kill. Any
Any special?
any descriptives you would like to add to this process?
She rips out his beating heart. She punches right into his rib cage and pulls it right out like Mortal Kombat fatality.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Okay. With that, you guys do finally remove the last visible threat in the room, and you start to see some of the other prisoners filtering out of the mine shafts where they were kind of witnessing some of this go down relatively quickly, given the speed of combat. There are 2 revelations that I'll leave you with at the moment. Flint, you recognize the body of your sister on the rails there, barely clinging to life. And all of you suddenly hear a voice in the center of your heads, just kind of out of nowhere. Now I know you are here. Welcome. And that's where we'll wrap up for tonight.
Man, what an asshole. Didn't even, like, roll out the red carpet or anything.
Doesn't he know who we are?
Yeah, we're the guys that just killed everyone in the mine.
Except miraculously, Flint's sister.
Yes.
That was 3 death saves and 1 death fail.
Good job, Lucky.
I didn't know, man.
But anyway,
Didn't know.
thanks for
No,
hanging
that
in
was
there,
really
guys.
in character. I want it on record that Blasky didn't say that out loud. That'd be pretty
All right.
out of character for him.
I got a jet. Thank you, guys.
Good
We will
games.
pick this up next week.
Okay, nah, bro.
Sounds
everybody.
good.
Take care.
Good night.
Good night.